And welcome back to the Buggy-sama Fan Club. Yeah!
Yay.
Today is Saturday, August 30th. Yeah. And we have material from all our chapters. Awesome. This your boy Jahan. I'm here with
Alex.
And our special guest, big extra special today, hailing all the way out from Japan.
John.
Yeah, John.
Yeah.
All right. So now, we have a very solemn news to break to you guys on this week's podcast, but we'll get to that later. All I'm gonna say is that we have spoilers, so if our listeners and the vast amount of our listeners haven't read the freaking chapters yet, y'all better do that right now and then come back and start listening to this shit again. You guys can come back in at this point, and we shall start. This week, as always, we're gonna start with Bleach, chapter 5.
As always.
Chapter 594, called Rub Dolls.
Ooh.
I think he tried to create the title of Love Dolls, but since he's Japanese, he came up with Rub Dolls.
Oh, hey, that's kind of a good. That's kind of a good.
That's a horrible analysis. But
Dude,
okay.
no, man. Rub Dolls.
Love Dolls.
I Rub Dolls. I Rub Dolls.
Wouldn't it be like an L though? Because they can't do R's, right? They just
No,
yeah, or is
I
it the other way?
Rub Dolls.
Dude, that's totally plausible too because there's no L or V sound in Japanese.
He got one of those like blow up dolls, and where like the mouth is like shaped like a blowjob mouth, and he was like using it while he was drawing this week, and he was like, "Dude, I Rub Dolls." And that's the title of the chapter.
He actually like legally married a love doll.
I heard you can do that now in Japan.
He's so like desensitized to regular women because like all he does is like listen to metal and just like do some crazy S&M like fucking, and he's like, I can't handle this shit anymore. I just need a doll.
I Rub a Doll.
I love a doll.
Justin has like the special ability to get into the head of Kubo Teeth.
Kubo,
Yeah.
Because you are one with him.
I was born with the ability. The day
Dude, are you Kubo reincarnated, bro?
I'm Kubo
At the same
2.0,
time.
man.
Yeah.
At the same time he exists, dude.
No, dude, he technically died after Soul Society arc finished.
So really,
It's
like
the only explanation.
the reason why it sucks is because Justin exists. And
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
All of his genius came to me, and like he's blundering through now because he lost his touch. He can still
He's
draw
like-
though, I guess.
He's just like on autopilot, like in Click. He doesn't like technically think for himself. He just does.
He's
So,
like, I feel like doing this.
the
today.
solution would be to kill Justin.
Yeah.
Hey,
You
guys,
need to
guys, come
release
on,
the spirit.
Hey, the story's not that important. Right?
Clearly.
Yeah.
Okay, well anyway.
All right, now to get started, a really quick recap of the chapter. Mighty is about to do some dirty stuff to Hitsugaya. 3 other captains come down. Their names were Rose. Is that him? Rose.
Yeah, Rose.
Rangiku, the vice captain, and
Titties.
freaking Ryu from
His
Street
name is
Fighter.
What is-
69 guy.
wait, is this-
69 1.0.
Is this guy a captain?
Yeah, he's captain. He was one of the Viceards.
The Visards? Oh.
Yeah, you remember the guys that like do the mask shit?
Yeah. I don't
His freaking
remember that.
Shikai turned into like a Bowie knife, like that was gonna help him so much.
He has like a 69 somewhere on his body, so that's how the other guy copied the 69 and put it on his face instead.
Wait, does he really? They both have 69 on their...
Yeah, the guy has like 69 on his face. This guy has it on his body somewhere.
Then they probably like 66 with each other.
No, they 69.
66. They spoon. They spoon in their off time.
This is training. Don't worry.
This is how you hone your sword skills.
And freaking Mayuri is like not scared, which I guess is characteristic of him, but he calls down like the weak ass freaking reincarnated, what are those called? Arankars.
They're like they have a
Arankars.
chance, man.
The weak ass Arankars. But then again, like Rose
They're
was a shit captain too. That fool was whack. Rangiku isn't even a captain.
Wait, wasn't Rose kind of strong though?
No,
Was he-
He's kind of cool.
He was cool, but he was useless.
He had 2 swords, right? Was he the guy with
No,
2 swords?
his thing turns into a whip, and like it does like music sounds.
Kinda like-
and
yeah,
if you
kinda
hear
like
the music
Ivy.
sounds,
Okay,
You know Ivy from
I'm not-
Tekken?
I might be thinking of someone else then. Hold on.
Mask de Masculine, he like like jabs and like destroys his eardrums to counteract Rose's Bankai.
Is his name Rojiro? Is that what it is?
Yeah, they just called him
Yeah,
Rose.
probably in Japanese, Rojiro.
Rojiro.
I don't fucking remember this.
Rojiro.
Was he also a Vizard or whatever?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, he was one of the sort of like lesser focused on Vizards. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I don't fucking remember this guy at all.
Yeah,
They're the main ones, like Shinji and that little chick.
He's the one that
Hinamori.
gets killed by the star shit by the mask guy.
Okay, I didn't remember. I don't even remember that. Christ, man. Shows how much I care.
He had a really cool Bankai though, yeah.
Dude, I want whatever you're smoking, man. You don't remember these? I remember these, man.
That he got. Yeah, I mean, I kind of remember someone got starred in the stomach and just obliterated. But
Yeah, and
Yeah,
this guy also got fucked up by the same mask
by
guy.
the wrestling dude.
By the luchador, man.
Yeah, luchador.
By Nacho Libre, man. Ignacion! Alright, so that happens.
They'll be good fodder, I guess. Keep him busy.
Yeah,
What do you think he injected into him, man?
dude, he just turned him black, dude.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
The guy is like, now he can...
The ultimate curse! A bigger penis!
He gave him AIDS and Ebola, dude. And malaria, too. That's right. I went there.
I'm thinking he's gonna be like now he's gonna be Mayuri's slave now, right? Maybe,
I don't know.
Possibly to help.
Well,
fight
he would have to... Mayuri's injection would have to override
the girls, the cockroach,
the
chicks.
guys, or the
guy
girls.
the cockroach bitches.
GGs.
Right? Yeah.
Gigi, dude, that's such a dirty name for a character, dude.
Ooh, Gigi.
Oh, Gigi.
Stupid.
Oh, yeah.
I love you. Be my rubber.
Why don't you drip that AIDS blood on me, Gigi?
Of the two, like, what are these things called again? Stern Ritters. Of the two Stern Ritters. Oh, yeah, and it goes towards, like, the battle between the Stern Ritters and the other dudes. Of the two Stern Ritters alive, it's, like, the one with the mouth.
Oh yeah, the mouth, the mouth bitch. We just
Yeah.
refer to all these.
Oh, yeah, the mouth bitch.
The
Something
mouth bitch.
yeah.
The strong bitch. Hey, John, Alex and I weren't sure. The other one with the big tits behind her is, like, the strong bitch, right? The one that punches Ichigo and is, like, super strong.
Was that
That's
her power
power.
that she just turns muscular? We can't
Yeah,
really
yeah.
remember. That was her
She's
power.
strong.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
hers, right? She's, like, super
One,
strong.
we had the zombie bitch, we had the mouth bitch, we had strong bitch, and we had lightning bitch.
Wasn't there 5 of them? There was another one, right?
No, it was 4.
Oh no,
The
it's
fifth one
cockroach.
was
The cockroach.
Bombietta.
The cockroach.
Oh, yeah,
was,
Yeah, fifth was
That's-
Bombietta.
No, the cockroach bitch is the zombie bitch. The fifth one was Bombietta.
Who the hell's
Lightning
Bobby?
bitch.
I can't-
Lightning
The one
bitch
that
is like.
throws the bombs. That gets fucked
Oh
up.
yeah. Fuck.
Dude,
Right
Alex. Alex.
Right now, the lightning bitch is like face down, like bleeding out of her throat.
Out of her
On
asshole,
page
too,
10.
probably. Oh,
That's
yeah.
kind of brutal.
Yeah.
What happened to
And
her?
one of them is the guy who like took out one of Shinsui's eyes. I'm really surprised. he didn't know.
Yeah. With his pistol, because, like...
Yeah.
I-
Pistol.
Because, dude, no, he must have been so weak, though, because, like, a headshot with his weapon didn't kill the dude. Like, oh, I lost my eye.
Yeah.
Stupid.
I guess that's true.
That's just
I guess
silly.
it's like if someone shot a BB gun in your eye or something. It's not gonna kill you, but it hurts like fuck.
Wasn't Renji with these guys? Right?
No,
He's-
Renji's
Yeah, he's
fighting
off-
Baz B, dude.
Baz B, so he's Alpha Baz B
yeah.
right now. Okay.
Rukio was here too, so maybe they're fighting together.
Yeah. Fire
Baz
and
B.
Ice.
Oh, yeah, that'd be a good-ass combo. All right. He's like, all right, Rukia, since I get wrecked by this fire, you gotta, like, create ice walls for me, and if it comes down to offense, I'll stab this fool in the asshole for you. And Rukia, like,
Oh yeah,
it's like, all right, bro.
that would be pretty fun.
I'm gonna go, like, what was it? Like, Sub-Zero on his ass. Turn myself to ice. 69 face comes back, and then, like, Byakuya, like, instantly senses something's not right here. And starts attacking him. And he's
Which
like,
is really weird because how?
yeah, how did he notice?
How
Exactly.
the hell did he sense that? Like I didn't even get any sense that he was.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe because. Wait, did Shinsui like automatically just attack him? Or not Shinsui?
No, he accuses him
Isagi?
first, and then randomly.
okay.
Yeah.
No, Byakuya goes first.
Yeah.
Byakuya, like,
accuses
he, like,
and attacks first,
he
yeah.
hits away this, like, weird-ass, like, sword thing that Shinsui has. And he's like, bruh, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And then he swings back. And then
I
Byakuya's
only
like,
I only hit my sword with the other 69 guy. What are we doing right now?
dumb.
And then, dude, that's just the best line ever. Page 15. I'm just doing this for Pepe-sama. That made this chapter worth it to me, man. For Pepe-sama.
I know. The slight hesitation is pretty great. I'm just doing it for Pepe.
Pepe! Orale, Pepe! And then, like, Pepe is just, like, a fat version of Killer Bee from Naruto.
Oh, yeah, kind of. More beardy, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he sings, too. Jesus.
Yeah.
It's like he...
And then,
he was like, who was a shit character from Naruto I can steal? Oh, yeah, Killer Bee.
And then he tries to, like, take over the Stern Ritter one, and he takes over, like, the titty one. Dude, the titty one looks too close to Orihime for comfort. It's just like he ran out of characters he could draw, and he redrew Orihime as a Stern Ritter. And she's like...
At least, yeah.
She gets all horny.
They're both just as uninteresting, too.
Dude, she, like, totally got wet. Like, Pepe-sama. And she gets super jacked. She's just She-Hulk, dude. And punches the other one in the face. And, dude, the Stern Ritter are totally shady to each other, man.
Yeah.
They're super shady to each other.
I'm not sure the king would approve of this.
Dude, even worse than the Espada were. Remember how the Espada were, like, totally shady to each other? Like, how Neutra, like, totally fucked up Nell, and that's why Nell was, like, little baby form for a while. And then, like...
He even killed Grimjaw. Oh, no, he didn't kill Grimjaw, but he...
But he fucked up Grimjaw, didn't he?
Yeah. He was like, you suck.
Didn't he take off his arm? Yeah, or I forget what he did. I think he took his arm, right?
He just, backstabbed him, I think.
Yeah. Dude, like...
He's like, you're not worthy of 6.
Yeah,
and
but
Neutra
it's like...
was 5 anyway, like...
But their betrayal for each other kind of, like, meant something, though, on some level. Like, it kind of expressed the sort of, like, attitude of, like, we're not gonna put up with any sort of failures, right? But this is just kind of, like, chaotic.
Yeah.
Like, this stuff makes, like, no sense. Like, they're just kind of fucking each other over, and it's kind of creating more problems for their team than it is, like, doing anything.
And, like, on the case of the Espada, it, like, their betrayals embodied their character, because you know how they all had, like, an aspect of death that was, like, their character, that was, like, their personality? Mm-hmm. And the way they betrayed each other, they were all, like, based off that character. Like, oh, like, I'm gonna be stronger, blah, 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 blah. So, like, it made more sense for the Espada to do that to each other, whereas these guys are just, like, a bunch of assholes, basically.
That's right. I totally forgot about that, like, aspect of depth that the Espada had.
Because you're not dedicated to the story like I am, John!
Dude, I'm pretty dedicated, bro. I remember there was that fat one. He was, like, gluttony.
The fat one?
Rukia killed him. He wasn't
he wasn't
like
though.
he wasn't like a mega hollow. He was just like second tier.
Yeah. He was an Arankar. No. He had to have been an Espada.
He wasn't an Espada. He was whatever's right below Espada.
Arankar.
There were like 3 ranks of Menos Grande.
No, it was Menos something else.
Yeah, Menos something, but... And then, like, I think Grimjaw was, like,
for our
jealousy
readers,
or something. Yeah.
For our readers, I would like to just say that the name Menos Grande is awesome because Menos means less and Grande means large. So, like, less large, but they were, like, these giant-ass hollows. Like, I don't know. It was, like... They weren't stronger than the Espadas, but they were really large. So they were lesser than the Espadas, but they were Grande. Little side note that I just thought of on the spot. I thought I'd share.
My Spanish skills are shit. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah. You need to go study some more, John. You need to get out of Japan and go to Mexico.
I need to.
You know what's funny is this Pepe-sama. He's got like a really similar outfit to what's her face from Pokemon?
Misty?
Yeah, look at his outfit. Yeah. He's like white top with like the
like suspenders.
He's just not wearing short shorts, basically. Like that's the only thing he's missing.
I don't know. I'm looking at page 19, and I couldn't really tell that he was wearing the long pants, so it kind of looked like a little bit like he's wearing shorts.
And the staff that he has is totally something that I've seen in Berserk.
Berserk.
Yeah, Berserk. There's like the demons, and like they have a staff that look exactly like that, basically.
So you guys remember that theory I came up with about how the cockroach chick or the cockroach guy was like the scenario that was written for him was like kind of felt like it was just like a means to get like hentais out for like for
Yeah,
Bleach. Remember when
yeah.
I was talking about that?
Yeah.
Well, I feel like we're doing the same thing here again with
Pepe?
Yeah, pretty much.
Pepe. Yeah.
What is this, like S&M or like dominatrix type shit or what?
No, it's just like being able to like create your own harem, basically.
Oh, right, yeah.
But like, does that mean that Shinsui is gay now?
Shinsui.
Shuhei. Oh, no, Hisagi.
Hisagi.
Oh, I
Does
don't
that mean
know.
he's
I
gay
mean,
now?
they can all make whatever the fuck they want to for whatever, like...
I think it's like love, not like admiration. I'm pretty sure it's
Well, he
like
does have a
love.
69 on his face.
Yeah.
So he's already pretty sexualized.
Yeah, but I mean,
At
come on.
least he's
There's-
implicitly.
When you look at this page 18 where the strong bitch says Pepe-sama and there's like love hearts in her eyes, like it's clearly very sexualized. Like look at her lip.
She's drooling.
It's got like this sort of like gleam to it. Like it's like I think
She's
you'd have to be
blushing,
pretty
she's
oblivious
drooling.
not to see this sort of over sexualization of this like
And when they mentioned him the first time, she was like, "Oh, I think he's gross." So
yeah,
like,
right.
he totally like everyone that he like makes love him like totally does like he totally gets pussy from them or
Dude,
dick.
he's Barry White.
He's
He seduces people with his sexy voice.
Don't even go there, man.
I'm
Don't
very
even go
white.
there, yeah.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm getting pretty tired of like these like powers that are nothing but just controlling people. I feel like
He can mix it
this
up.
isn't. I mean, this isn't the first time it's happened too. I mean, it's kind of like a lot of the powers in Bleach are kind of like the manipulation of people and just like perception. But
And it's
Yeah.
not that even like they've introduced too many characters. They have introduced a lot of characters, and everyone does have to be unique because of the stuff, because of the style of like the swords and stuff. You know, like, and even the espada, they all had like the unique like resurrection or whatever. So like, I get that there's a lot of characters, but like, look at One Piece. Like, look how many goddamn characters were in One Piece, and like, there's only a couple characters that have like similar powers to each other. Like. And, like, even Naruto, like, there are some people that did the same techniques because those are universal techniques that people can use, but, like, he still makes everyone, like, pretty damn unique in their own little thing. Like when the...
In One Piece? Or
No,
Bleach?
in Naruto. Like, I'm talking about... I'm
right.
trying to, like, make references here, I guess, and, like... Remember how when the war started and they, like, brought back all those, like, the shitload of characters with the Edo Tensei?
Uh-huh.
You remember how like a lot of them are just like previous Kages, so like their powers are something that like everyone knows about and like can attempt to use, but even still they were all like slightly different. Like the previous Raikage basically does the same lightning shit that the recent one does,
Yeah.
except his did like the shield and sword thing, where this guy just does like insane speed and strength. So like there are like uniquenesses to them, but this is just like basically the same shit over and over again, just a different method. Because like. Not only does, like, Pepe's, like, followers love him. Remember how Bombietta, before she got jacked up, was like, Gigi, I want you. Like, and he was like, oh, you can get me later, like, you little dirty slut. And, like, it's like worship love thing. And it's just, I get what you're saying, Alex. I agree. It's getting tired.
Yeah, I agree.
It's getting tired.
His power is exactly like that one espada, the black one.
Yeah,
When he went... he awakened his mask or whatever.
And, like, he turned...
It was basically like if he looks at something, he can control it. So like if he looks at your leg, he can control it.
Yeah.
If he looks at your like,
And he was, like, making...
I don't know, your dick, he can control
oh
it.
yeah, you're talking about the guy who had like a bunch of eyes all over his body. Right?
Yeah, and he,
Yeah.
like, he made, Byakuya, like, stab himself or something like that.
Yeah.
Like
No.
controlling-
Yeah. Byakuya stabbed himself. That was some fucking metal shit, dude.
Yeah.
He like severed his like Achilles so he couldn't move his leg anymore or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Jesus Christ.
That's like...
That's gangster.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, we digress.
All right, we're gonna try and move on here. Predictions for next week: Pepe.
Rub dolls too.
We might we might do Rub Dolls too, but I think we're gonna go to Renji. Actually, I'm just gonna call it now and say we're gonna go to Renji because
Dude, I call Marching Out the Zombies 5, dude.
Oh shit.
It just took a quick break, dude. It's going back.
The Redux or something.
All right, that's our discussion for Bleach this week. We're gonna keep it short and simple because fuck Bleach right now.
You know what's kind of funny is if it's like marching out the zombies, but he like changes one letter so he can go back to one. It's like marching out the zombies, and like the last
like,
letter is not an S, it's a Z.
It's like B-E-Z.
Yeah.
That'd
Marching out the zombies.
That'd be pretty damn. That'd be pretty
Kubo.
Pretty Kubo, man. We're gonna move on to Naruto, guys.
All right, and before we talk about it, a moment of silence for this tragic loss.
All right, a moment of silence.
Moment of silence. All right, that's enough. Okay.
All right, yeah.
I just farted, guys.
Yeah, dude, that's what it deserves.
That was my moment of silence for Naruto. Yeah.
I would pour a drink on the floor and say for my dead homies, but Naruto's not my homie anymore.
That fart was my critique of this chapter. We can move on.
We have to talk about it.
All right.
No, I'm kidding. Yeah, let's do it. Actually, I think there's plenty we could talk about.
Definitely.
The chapter is 690, and it was literally titled "Ninjas." but not in
when you say it out loud, it's pretty funny.
It's not in the plural though. It's in the possessive tense. So I wonder
Ninjas,
if
like
I wonder if Kishi like intentioned that as well, or that was another failed translation.
No, I think he did intend it.
Well, fuck you then, Kishi.
It's fucking dumb.
Kishi gets to kiss my ass then. All right. Quick recap of the chapter. A lot of visual shit comes down. I thought this drawing was pretty cool, where it's like the 6 paths, like
Chibaku Tensei,
and it's like a
Which
freaking
page?
Buddha-looking thing. Page 4.
Oh, 4.
Yeah. Pretty cool drawing.
The 2-pager.
Pretty cool symbolism where like the eye gets sealed up and goes blind or whatever. Cool little drawings. Like I thought, the drawings in the chapter were good. But basically nothing happens. All the tailed beasts escape.
Hey, hold on. Before we move on, I kind of want to talk about this Chibaku Tensei thing. So...
Wait,
what?
Yeah, okay, go ahead. Say what you were going to say.
Well, so... The person who invented this technique, I'm assuming, is the 6 paths, right? The sage of the 6 paths.
Maybe he and his brother.
Yeah, I feel like it's kind of like I still don't buy the fact that this can seal, like, what's her name again? The rabbit goddess? Kaguya, right. Like, it's kind of like saying like Jesus made a seal that could seal God. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, I don't understand how you can create like a technique that can seal like the god of all like ninjas. You know what I mean? It definitely would have made more sense if like they used this on someone like Madara, and it was a technique that was passed down to them by the 6 paths. Then the sort of like the hierarchy of power makes more sense.
Yeah.
But I think what I said earlier just kind of puts it exactly the way it needs to be seen. Like, it's kind of like if Jesus made a seal that could seal God, right? Like, it doesn't like logically speaking, I feel like it doesn't really make any sense. I don't know.
That would undo the fabric of the universe, like dogma.
Wait, but
What I was gonna say is, on the double page spread, page 4, Sakura like disappears from the. She's not there anymore. What the fuck?
I didn't notice that. It's hilarious, dude.
She just like keeps falling down. She's like, fuck. They should have drawn her like falling down. That would have been pretty funny.
Because she's just that unimportant, man.
Yeah, exactly. She doesn't even make it into like the epic Chibaku Tensei.
you know what would have been the biggest troll that Kishi could possibly have done is if he drew or if he created a third character whose essence is like reborn through the ages, and it's like a girl, and it's Sakura. And,
like last minute.
Yeah, and they needed like the 3-way seal to seal them.
Oh god.
That would have been the worst. Oh,
that would have been pretty stupid.
I'm surprised he hasn't done it actually. I'm impressed, Kishi.
Sister.
And this 2-part seal, right, where it's like Naruto's got the sort of like the white, like moon looking thing, and then Sasuke's got like
the yin, I suppose.
the crescent. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying is like, why isn't it yin and yang? Like literally, like when they put it together, why isn't it the sign of the yin and yang? Why is it this like crescent?
A circle
moon?
and crescent.
Yeah, like what's the purpose behind it? I'm not really sure.
To make an oblong circle.
Because they make moons. I guess it's because they make a moon out of it.
But then why not just like all white? And Because that's exactly what it is, right? Just like a huge rock, white rock.
Yeah, if it was just a yin and yang, it would make a perfect sphere, but this makes a stupid fucking... I don't even know.
Yeah. And are you noticing also the differences behind the moons? Like, Naruto's side has this kind of a design, like tornadoes
like
and
fire.
like fire.
Rinnegan-ish, just, yeah.
Yeah, and then
His is
Sasuke's
kinda
just like
cloudy,
clouds
yeah.
and smoke and stuff. It's because Sasuke blazes too much.
It's definitely a nice illustration. I'll give him credit for this one.
Yeah. So anyway, the tailed beasts escape. Freaking Madara just has to come back in the story. He gets spit out.
Oh, hold on though. I have something
Do you have something?
I want to say. On page 5,
Uh-huh.
I guess his brother had...
Oh, yeah.
What's the other one?
The
What's it called?
Byakugan.
Yeah.
Byakugan.
Which explains how it was passed down.
So maybe he had the bone power too.
Maybe he had what?
Yeah, you kind
The
of...
bone power?
Ah.
Huh.
Maybe
So
he
like
did.
I remember I think Alex said something about that, or maybe you guys both said something about that.
Yeah,
where it's
no.
like those were kind of passed down,
Yeah, because Kimimaro
and those are
does
like
that
rival
shit.
families.
Yeah.
yeah.
And we
And
were
then-
speculating on how it was passed down, if like Kaguya was the one that had them. Makes
Yeah.
sense.
But I guess he
It's
had.
kind of worth looking at, too, how it's like the Sage of the Six Paths is basically Naruto, right? But
Yeah.
then he's the one with the Rinnegan. And then the brother is supposed to be Sasuke, but he has a Byakugan and Sasuke has like the Rinnegan.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Well,
kind of
yeah,
like a
that's
weird
the
sort of...
that's the stupid thing, man. It's like they were all, or these two families were descended from one of them, not like Sasuke from one brother, Senju from another.
Yeah, they're all related.
Yeah, no, because it's not the Hagoromo and this guy that's being passed down. It's the Ashura and Indra that's being passed down.
Well, that's
Yeah.
just their spirits, though. They're still, I think, genetically, they're still like related.
They're genetically connected, but I
Yeah.
think it would to make this match more, like you were saying, it's like, well, that's kind of weird how the Naruto has the eye powers in the brother's case, right?
Wasn't,
Naruto is supposed to be Hagoromo.
Wasn't the Sharingan passed? It was kind of like a trait that was passed down through the Byakugan, though, right? Was that? I think I feel like
remember they were trying to explain that.
Yeah, I think the Sharingan originated out of the Byakugan. I think that's what they said.
Yeah, I thought they said it was like a mutation or something.
Yeah.
Of,
So I mean, maybe it makes sense in
Sharingan.
that if you think about it that way, where it's like maybe throughout the years the Byakugan eventually devolved maybe into Sharingan, but then somehow evolved into the Rinnegan. Like this kind of weird sort of like Kultasaki loop.
Dude, like, eye powers make the least amount of sense in Naruto, man.
Yeah.
yeah, they don't make too much sense.
Eye powers, like...
So many people should have them.
Yeah, dude, so many... How do they even have, like, clans still? Like, the inbreeding should just be disgusting by now, dude.
I know, man. Sasuke should have like 6 thumbs.
And
Hey,
3
you know,
penises.
And it's kind of another thing worth noting is that so he still doesn't have the Rinnegan in his right eye.
Yeah, he's still
Which-
just rocking a Sharingan.
Yeah, which is like very kind of why?
Retarded.
Yeah, why exactly? It's like what for what reason? Maybe the final conclusive battle is gonna be like a friendly rivalry between Sasuke and Naruto, and Sasuke unlocks the Rinnegan in this final battle. Maybe.
Maybe,
Ugh.
because
Yeah, I know,
still
exactly.
needs...
Dumb.
Kishi still needs to have, like, shit up his, like, gay-ass sleeves, so... He always just tries to
he has a lot of shit up his gay ass sleeve.
his anal sleeve, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Or, like,
It's
Naruto
packed in tightly.
is pretty much, like, full upgrade right now, you know?
Well, I mean,
And
okay. Here's
Sasuke's
on
clearly
the
lacking.
offset. You have these like beasts that are now free, right?
Yeah.
So maybe he's gonna like absorb them all and become like Sage, Super Saiyan 3,
Super Saiyan 7.
7, yeah.
And then
9
Sasuke
maybe
gets
for
the
all
other eye.
tails, yeah.
And that somehow compares to freaking
To having all
nine-tailed beasts.
9
Like,
tails, yeah.
his other eye better come with something other than, like, instant teleportation. Because, like, so many people can do
Well,
that.
he has a
already.
Rinnegan, man. That's like the dojutsu that like controls like just existence in general, right? So that's like pretty.
That is pretty awesome. But
Yeah.
he doesn't use any of it.
He doesn't.
He just uses
'Cause he only has
Sharingan,
one eye.
and then, like, he uses teleportation.
Yeah.
Like I said in the previous one, he just, like...
Maybe
Just
what
totally downplayed.
he'll unlock is when he unlocks the last Rinnegan, then he opens up the third eye.
Oh, I actually just noticed
The
something
vagina
right
eye?
now. Naruto is dressed more like he is, and that this is totally like a total moot point. But he's got like the black sleeve, and so does he, and he's got like the arm and an armband like he does.
Okay, I'm not. Yeah, I think you're drooling at.
Dude, I'm going on a really large tandem and a slippery slope here,
Yeah. Because I mean, if you look at Naruto, he's got the necklace
the hair.
thing.
but they
The
both
hair,
have
bro.
a necklace thing.
Oh yeah, that they do. It's very true.
The hair.
Well, in any case, it's just speculation.
Naruto's got
I
spiky
guess.
hair, bro.
Oh,
Well, I guess they both have spiky
Yeah.
hair.
No, his hair looks exactly like Hageromo's more than it does the Byakugan.
Other guy.
Yeah.
And did you notice
Whatever.
their staffs they're holding? He's got like the rings, and he's
Circulars.
got crosses.
Yeah. And I think that's the Senju, right? Isn't that the Senju?
And thus Christianity was born.
That kind of looks like the Senju's mark a little
A
bit.
little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, because the Senju's more like swirly and swervy.
Oh shit, sorry. One second.
Dude.
My
Oh,
bad,
my,
bad.
my
dude,
God.
dude, leave.
Okay.
Oh
Okay.
my God.
And when they
Continue
seal,
on.
when they like double touch her and seal her, like they lose the little palm symbol things.
Yeah. So I think they revert back to their original powers, maybe.
No skin off their back.
Maybe
Jesus.
skin off their palm, maybe.
God,
So like
that would hurt like fuck, man.
these.
Oh, you know what I wanted
these
to
creatures come
I
out.
wanted to point out another thing, right? Is like, so Madara gets spit out, right?
Yeah.
And like, does this kind of remind you of anything? Because it certainly reminds me of something. Where it's
Dragon
like,
Ball.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you got it.
Wait,
you
wait,
got
wait,
it, you
wait,
got
wait,
it.
wait,
Or
wait,
maybe-
wait, wait. Dragon Ball.
Yes,
The
Dragon
cell
Ball Z.
eats like the androids
Yeah.
and becomes
Oh,
And
yeah,
spits it out in,
yeah,
in the
yeah.
sort of like the end of the world sort of scenario where like you know he's gonna like explode the world.
Yep.
And so, but before he does, he spits out Android 18. It was like, it reminded me of it, like, really,
Yep.
way too much.
Yep.
Why did he spit out Android 18 anyway?
Because he got punched in the stomach.
Do you guys remember Krillin tried to get at Android 17 or something like
Yeah,
that?
Android 18.
Android 18,
Yeah.
that was the trick one?
Yeah, and then, yeah.
It was Krillin, though, that tried
Yes.
to get at that, right?
He ends up
I
getting
think
it,
he
so-
did.
He did, yeah.
Oh,
He has,
he
he has a
They had like a
with
kid
it.
together.
What?
Yeah.
Yes, I know.
Dude.
Not in like the canon. I
Dude,
think.
okay.
Not in
so-
the canon. It's in the Majin Buu series.
Dude,
Oh, really?
So,
Jesus.
yeah, the writer of Dragon Ball totally foreshadowed what's going to happen in Japan, because that shit is totally going on right now. He called it 15, 20 years ago, man.
Dude.
Alright, continuing. I would like to just
He-
say that there's 2 moons now.
Yeah.
Well, you don't know what's gonna happen to this giant rock, though.
It's like Tatooine, man.
You know what's stupid is like
Tatooine.
it was like floating in the air and like someone's like, wow, it's almost as big as the moon, which it totally isn't.
Yeah, like if the moon was that close to Earth, like the
Would be, like-
gravitational effects would
Yeah,
be
it'd be
shit,
insane.
dude. Like,
I guess then again though they're in a different dimension, so maybe it's like a lot bigger than.
oh, what if that moon exists in that dimension only?
Yeah, maybe. So it's like locked away in that dimension.
Yeah, which they pretty much cannot never
Reach.
like,
Right,
again.
right, right.
Wait, is that confirmed by this chapter?
Is what confirmed by this chapter.
That the moon gets locked into the other dimension?
No,
Well, how
but
does
I
the
mean,
moon
I
get
think,
out of
yeah,
that
how does the
dimension?
moon how does the moon leave the dimension? That's
Because I'd like to skip a little bit ahead. Black Zetsu gets punched around and talks shit too, and then also
No, wait.
okay,
How does Madara get spit out with his legs?
you don't see his legs.
Dude.
You just see his torso.
Yeah, we do. He's
yeah,
wearing
you did,
pants.
Yeah.
No.
He's got-
if you go,
He's
keep
wearing
going.
pants, but you don't see his feet. at
But
all.
you remember how like when they found
when they
his
found
not
it,
covered.
yeah,
It's
he's
like
like he's
torso-
put together.
it
Right,
was
right.
like his waist down.
Right. Yeah. So you don't know though what happened though. Maybe when he got brought back, like somehow they reconnected at some point. You can't make that assumption just yet. But here, I can tell you, looking at page 8, you can see his pants, but you can't see whether he has legs or not.
I can see his legs, bro.
No, dude. You
can't
see
see his
his
feet,
you
you
see
can see
his
his legs,
pants, but you don't know if his legs are in there.
Well, seeing as how the corpse had pants, he would have been spit out
Naked.
without pants, I feel like.
Naked.
Yeah. Just like torso.
We out here naked.
I don't know. In this is just the thing I wanted to point out was like why emphasize the fact that his legs were there? It's like
Yeah.
legs.
Because
This
they
is
could have
gonna be
drawn it way
important.
better.
So Marduk can turn into a centaur. That's why.
Oh, all right. All right.
Nice.
I would like to point out that it's stupid ass Kakashi that says it's almost as big as the moon. What a dumbass. All right. So like they're all like all happy with each other. Sakura looks like normal again, even though she's been through like the worst kind of trauma ever. And then the former Kages and the former Jinchurikis actually summoned them back to the real world.
Okay, what I realized, because we were talking about this earlier, right?
Yeah.
It's only the former Jinchuriki. There's only one. It's the Mizukage, and that's because he was the Mizukage. So it's really just the Kages.
It's all the Kages.
Yeah, it's all
Well,
the
this
Kages.
guy was the monkey Jinchuriki.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, he was, dude.
No, he wasn't.
Dude, I swear to God. Sengoku Jinchuriki. Jinchuriki.
We're doing some research real quick.
We're doing research,
Wait,
guys.
hold on though. Wait, so hold on. While you're doing that, when she's getting sealed, the beast came out of Naruto or came out of her?
It came out of her.
Wait, what beast?
The tailed beast.
Oh yeah, no, it came out of her.
Because they're like, we're free.
Yeah.
We're free.
They finally got out. So they were all inside of her, like doubles or like pieces.
I think like a huge portion of their powers were.
Because
Yeah.
I guess, right?
Oh, it's not him.
Told you. So it's just the
But-
Kages, I think, for sure.
So it was just previous Kages. All right.
And the
I
Mizukage
don't like-
just happened to be one of the Jinchurikis at one point, but then he lost the three
Yeah.
kills.
I really don't like all this like splitting up of the tailed beasts, like chakras.
Yeah, I don't like it either.
It's like what a cop out, man.
Yeah.
It's like how can I have Naruto be
Still,
the sage,
yeah,
but
still the
also
sage,
have
yeah.
the villain be the
Yeah, no,
like-
I think I brought that up like a lot in earlier podcasts where it just doesn't make any sense. And the only way you could kind of like, I think, make logical sense out of it is if they were split up through yin and yang, but that's
Right,
not-
exactly,
But that
yeah.
was never elaborated on.
Never happened either.
Yeah.
Bastards.
God.
I really
So wait,
like,
so when Naruto showed when he's shown without his cloak on anymore, he just powered down. He didn't lose the powers. Is that right? Because when I first read it, I was like, oh, the beast exited his body and he doesn't have his cloak anymore.
No, it didn't exit his body. It definitely exited Kaguya's body.
yeah.
I'm trying to see, the best way to tell is if back in the real world, Sasuke still has the Rinnegan.
Does he still have it?
Yeah, he does.
You don't see his face.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, we do.
yeah. We don't see his face. Wait, we see it kind of on the side, but it doesn't look like he has the Rinnegan.
Oh,
I feel like they just deactivated.
Yeah,
the-
they
that's
they
probably
can't
what
be in like
happened.
Okay.
superpower mode all the time. Like
Yeah.
Goku isn't Super Saiyan 24/7, you know?
Yeah.
he was for a while, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and during the Cell arc, that's what he learns to do. That's neither here nor there, though.
In the what arc?
In the Cell arc, he learns to stay in Super Saiyan mode.
For like a long ass time.
Yeah, no,
So,
as
yeah,
a
learning.
natural state. But anyway, that's neither here nor there.
I would like to just point out that the monkey Jinchuriki's name is Roshi. Use this.
Oh.
Yeah,
Nice.
like Master Roshi.
Erosenin.
Okay, yeah, so that all happened. They get summoned back to the real world. The sage is there, looking old as shit. All the tailed beasts get summoned back. Madara's upper half gets summoned back. They all get summoned back. And
He throws the arm into the fucking moon.
yeah,
Yeah, which is really stupid.
like that. Like that's gonna stop them. I mean, technically,
That reminds me of something too, but I can't put my finger on it.
technically, the arm is stuck inside the other room, inside the other moon, inside the other world, or inside the other dimension too. So
He ain't getting out.
there's basically he's not getting out. Like even worse than when Kabuto was put into that shit. Because Kabuto's shit is broken by like realization of your own hubris, whereas this one is like actual physical limitation. And the Black Zetsu isn't the one that makes portals to the dimensions. It was Kaguya. But that's neither here nor there.
Which, yeah, that's true. It's like, how does like basically attracting a bunch of rocks to her body prevent her from doing anything she's been doing for the
Yeah.
past like?
She's supposed to
10
be like
chapters?
super strong. I mean,
She
did
should warp
lose all
out
the
like
tailed beasts.
immediately if she wanted to, right?
Yeah, well, she lost all the tailed beasts, so she'd have to be strong enough with her like bone powers.
Right.
Which I don't
I
think
guess,
her bone powers are strong enough.
Her vagina eye closed up, so I guess that's just the end of her.
My third eye.
Third eye. Or brown eye.
Hieroglyphics.
They have this panel on page 10 where it's like I manipulated the history of your life. And why did they have the Hyuga, like, father in there? Or, like, the Hyuga uncle?
Wait, what? What are you talking about? On chapter 10? Or page 10?
Page 10 at the bottom where they have that panel of, like, all of Naruto's people who he crossed paths with. And why do they have the, like,
They
Hyuga...
died, too, actually.
The Hyuga guy in there. He wasn't, like, that big in Naruto's life.
Wait, isn't that just...
You never even met him.
I think that's just Neji.
That's Neji's dad.
No, I think that's Neji.
looks-
Because the
really?
panel is all the people who have died in the story.
He looks pretty big for...
He looks older, but
no,
I think he's supposed
Neji
to
was
be
a grown
Neji.
ass boy, dude.
I guess.
He was a Jonin, man.
He looks like the father, though. Or the uncle.
No,
Dude, there's Lindsay Lohan.
They all fucking look the same.
You see Lindsay
That's
Lohan
That's
there?
Lindsay Lohan, yeah. Yeah, she's so coked out, her eyes, like, are white.
No, but I mean, all these characters are characters who died in the story, so I'm assuming that's supposed to be Neji.
Yeah.
Right, no, I guess. But also, his uncle died.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
but, I mean,
like
his
you
father.
said, it's his
not his
uncle,
father.
like, is really, like, insignificant of a character.
He was significant for Neji, but not for Naruto.
Yeah, exactly, so.
Well,
that
I
has to
guess,
be
yeah,
Neji.
it could be Neji, but it
has
doesn't
to.
really
it
look like
definitely is. But yeah, you're right. He looks a little bit older.
Yeah, he looks like a fucking adult, man.
And I wasn't saying that Neji was Lindsay Lohan. I said the person on his left was Lindsay Lohan.
Nagato?
I thought that was pretty clear. Because he's all coked out. and
Jonathan
shit.
didn't get it.
I didn't
Because
get
he's
it.
stupid.
Jonathan is special.
My bad.
Special guest.
I guess you could say Kushina is like Lindsay Lohan. Circa,
Mean Girls.
Girls.
Yeah. She's plastic.
with that nice ass.
Something that's like really inconclusive with all of this is that like Kishi brought in this really sort of philosophical aspect of just the fruit itself and what chakra like represents and what it does to people. You know what I mean? Like the whole like idea of like sin and the sort of never ending hate and like how as long as there's power and as long as there's like chakra that can be weaponized, like we're never gonna be able to get out of this like constant loop of hatred. And in the end, like the way to solve it is to just throw like evil into a giant rock and like ignore it.
Yeah.
I guess it's like what, you know, it's like it's definitely very inconclusive in terms of actually like solving the philosophical like question itself. You know what I mean?
But on terms of sealing her away in the moon, he sealed away the Jubi in the moon. So sealing away like one frail old bitch in the moon who has no Jubi powers kind of makes sense that she's not getting out of there, to me. So I accept that as that the seal and she's not getting out of there. They made another moon in another dimension. Because it was the third eye that was allowing her to travel between dimensions anyway. That's not a power that she had. And when her third eye like blinded, she's basically useless in this dimension.
Right. Uh-huh.
So I'm gonna just say that I accept that she's sealed away.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So in this rock, right, we have the thing that could be summoned, the thing that absorbs the tails, that the Akatsuki constantly fed to.
The Gido Dama?
The Gido Maza.
Gido Maza.
They have that thing in there, and then they have Kaguya in there, and then they have the
Black Zetsu.
The Black Zetsu, right?
So they have like the three basic most like key parts of this whole organization.
all in one rock.
Yeah. All in one dimension that they can't access and like check in on. Like,
But then again, though, like apparently the Gido Mazo was in the moon, right? So like whenever Nagata did the Kuchiosu no Jutsu, he was summoning the Gido Mazo out of the moon.
Yeah, but who in that world can summon?
Well,
the Gido
whoever
Mazo?
gets the next Rinnegan, right? Because the thing is, like, it's not really conclusive. Like, she's still like alive technically. She's not like out of the equation forever. She hasn't been like obliterated to dust. So you just gotta wait, I guess, until the next person comes out with the Rinnegan. Which actually, there's a guy with the Rinnegan right now, right, Sasuke?
Yeah.
So technically, like.
But then, that has to like go on the assumption that Ashura and Indra are gonna constantly be reborn.
Which they probably will, right? I think like that's the whole point of like this sort of karmic universe, is that it's like a never-ending cycle of new and old.
But they only kept being reborn because they kept the cycle going, and Naruto and Sasuke broke the cycle by working together. Does that kind of make sense?
No, I don't agree with that, because the thing is, like, the brothers, Hagoromo and his brother, managed to break the cycle by working together and putting her in the moon. But then many, you know, centuries or millennia later, the problem arose again because, I mean, philosophically speaking, the issue is still there. The idea that people are people in that as long as they have this power available to them, they're going to fuck shit up. And eventually, things are going to come across where... I guess the one difference is that Black Zetsu is no longer free to do whatever the hell he wants. That is a huge difference because supposedly Black Zetsu was, existent in the world and he was manipulating things to eventually get to a point where Kaguya could be unleashed. Yeah. Right? But I mean, I don't know. I think that's kind of like a weak sort of thing to rely on. I think really the problem is that the issue hasn't really been resolved. It's just been kind of shut away, locked away.
If I can't see it, it's not there, Alex.
Right, like an ostrich, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, John, you've been kind of quiet. What have you got any thoughts?
He's thinking about that dick.
What dick? His dick?
I think this panel on page 13 sums it up. At the top, Naruto like comes down. He's like, the ceiling is complete, and that's a wrap. The end. Let's celebrate. Totally like.
Just like let's just.
It doesn't match the magnitude of what was just accomplished.
Yeah. Well, Naruto is kind of a dumbass, but it still does not match the. That's just totally like downplayed.
That to me was exactly like how Kishi must feel. He's like, "Fuck,
yeah,
finally, I did it. It's the end. Now just a couple more like."
I'm finally over with this. So I can just do whatever the fuck I want to.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I guess if this story took 10 years of my life to make, maybe I'd feel the same way.
Not even 10 years, man. It's like 15.
More?
Decade
15 years? Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
But I mean, come on, man. Like, this is the fucking finale. Bro.
What? Whoa.
I suppose, and then Sakura's just like, I suppose you're right.
Dude, that was, I'm sorry, that was really weird. So your thing kind of like lagged a lot, and so in the middle of you talking, you yelling "bro" kind of like came in like.
Yeah. It was like you were yelling.
Bro.
No, you were yelling like the end of one word,
but another you was talking at the same time.
Yeah, like, no, you were yelling the beginning of one word and ending that word with "bro." So like, you created a new word. And a new volume text.
So what were you saying? You have to repeat that. We couldn't hear you. Sorry.
I was saying just like Naruto or Sakura's reaction is basically like the audience, right? She's like, I suppose you're right. ...
Wait. ...
Yeah. Like, cool. I guess it is. Great.
Right,
I think for sure this is gonna leave a lot of people pissed off because there's really no catharsis, to the whole thing.
Yeah, none at all.
Like at the end of the Avengers movie. When like Robert Downey Jr. wakes up and goes, "Oh, you guys, let's go get some shawarma." I heard of a good shawarma joint around the corner, but like that was funny and that was his character. Like this isn't funny and it is kind of Naruto's character, but like not as much as like Tony Stark.
But it's not like an action movie, man.
Yeah.
The way it started like a fucking
an action
intense
story.
Yeah, like intense study on like human nature and all that stuff, like meditation on like chakra, mythology, all this crap, and then this is the fucking ending, man. Just
kind of ends like an action movie.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It ends exactly like a Michael Bay movie.
It's it's like when the Star Wars, the old series ends, there is this really huge feeling of catharsis, and it feels like you've gone on a journey, and you feel kind of like mentally exhausted actually when you finished it all. You know what I mean? Or like the Lord of the Rings, and like that's kind of what we expect here.
Oh, Lord of the Rings!
or even Harry Potter, right? Like the whole thing kind of concludes.
Oh yeah, the books.
And and you just feel like, oh man, it feels good. Like they've done it. They've really done it. And like that's definitely not what you feel here.
It's like, oh
yeah. After Voldemort was defeated, Harry wasn't just like, yay, the end, let's celebrate.
Yeah. He's like exhausted. He's like completely out of juice, and he like drags himself, back to everyone, and it's like everyone's kind of like in disbelief, like, wow. Like it's finally over. Like we're finally, we've done it, and like, and here he is. He just like kind of hops down and he's just like, all right, yeah, it's the rap party. Let's go get something to eat. Alert to down the street or something,
You actually like feel the weight of like the sacrifice of the person, because like I guess you could say Snape was like the Obito in this case.
Yeah.
And if you compare like the Harry Potter to this story, like Snape's death was so. It was just like, damn. fucking guy. And Obito was just like, finally.
Yeah, it's like,
Dead.
oh, he died? Oh, he died
Yeah.
again? Oh, is he actually
Yeah.
dead this time? Like,
Oh, yeah. Oh, really? He's dead? Oh, but he gave eye powers first? Oh, okay, so that's bullshit.
just like,
Like, come on, man.
and like at the end of the Lord of the Rings, when like Samwise Gamgee and Frodo Baggins are like on that rock, and they're just like, it's done. I can see again. I can see.
Dude, all of that, man.
Remember the Shire. I can remember the smell of that pussy in the Shire, and like. It's like a real
That
grand,
habit bush.
it's like a real grand accomplishment for them, and you feel it like, wow, this was a journey. They walked like fucking forever for this shit, and this one it's like, oh, they didn't even walk anywhere. They went down the street and he died. Like, or and then
Dude,
Kage got
imagine-
sealed.
Imagine a story where, like, because, like, in that story, Frodo was just, like, so broken, he couldn't keep living in the world
Yeah.
of the Shire. Imagine, like, in this story, if, like, Naruto was that way. He's like, oh, of course he wouldn't be, but maybe Sasuke. Sasuke's just like, I can't do this shit anymore.
Yeah.
I have to, like, go off to some, like, magical land or something. That would have been pretty intense. But I guess, like, every story is its own, so he doesn't have to do that, but...
Knowing Kishi,
In my sort of mind, that would be kind of appropriate for Sasuke because like
Yeah,
he's been through
because
some shit.
definitely.
He's seen like the worst, man. He's experienced the worst. He's the last of his kind.
Uh-huh.
oh shit,
Just like Gandalf. Gandalf was like, or like the elves were like leaving. They were the last of their kind, and
Yeah.
like Gandalf was like the last white wizard. He left.
Gimli's traveling this entire like place, and he's like, oh, me and like 3 dwarves exist total. Listen,
Dude, Gimli probably got so much like dwarf pussy after that.
there's no dwarf pussy though.
Dude, there's got to be some dwarf pussy out there somewhere.
It's bearded dwarf
God
pussy,
damn it.
Yeah, bearded dwarf pussy.
manly. Dwarf
It's super
pussy.
bushy, man.
Hey, so I wanted to kind of point out also, like, just like how half-assed this whole thing is. So at the end, right,
Right.
you have all these Kages, like, suddenly working
Yeah,
unanimously
man. What
together.
the hell?
Which, you know, makes no freaking sense because so many of them were just straight up assholes.
And they all hated each
They
other.
hated each other, yeah. And, like, there was no sort of, like, sense of, like, oh, we gotta all work together to, like, free and save the world. out of a lot
I
of these
never
characters.
I didn't understand what the hell this was for. Like,
Yeah.
why did he summon these Kages?
He could have done it with
What
like,
the fuck?
He could have done it with the Edo Tensei ones, and that's it.
Gaara's dad is here, and like that dude was a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
Like he pretty much abandoned his child and created a monster, and there's really nothing about him that was redeemable whatsoever. And here he is.
He even died a really pathetic death, didn't he?
Yeah. I think Orochimaru.
Sasori, like,
no, Orochimaru.
killed him or
Orochimaru
something?
killed him.
Uh,
Yeah.
And like left him in like a ditch
Yeah.
to just rot.
Pretty much.
Jesus. Yeah, man, I didn't understand. It's like, so this was Hagoromo's like plot the whole time. Like, this is the great thing he was gonna do. He's like, I've got this plan, guys. It's gonna be sweet. Just wait. And he summons ghosts.
Some of them I can understand because in the war, when they all, some of them when they were like died from their Edo Tensei, they would died after like having this realization, like, oh, I was being an asshole. Okay, I can spend my eternity in peace now and not hating everyone. So some of them I understand, but some of them were just like, dude, nothing even happened like that. He died an asshole and he lived an asshole.
Right, that's kind of what I was getting at. It's like the half-assedness of it, where it's like he obviously there are these things that Kishin wanted to develop and see through. You know, like I'm sure like what he wanted was all the Kages to agree at the very end of the story, where it's like it's either life or death for the entire world. Like they all see their the ways, but we definitely did not see that whatsoever.
Yeah.
So he's just kind of like he's just over it. I think is the problem. He just wants it. He just wants the thing to be done. He probably just wants, you know, he just wants to roll around in his money and just like
Paychecks, man.
and just like, you know, spend some time with his family and just like not have to like constantly be stressed out and doing this like
This
thing
story.
every single day.
I don't know, man. I feel like if I had created a baby like this and like I had like nurtured it,
You
for,
there's
like,
no way
years
you would
and
even
years.
know how you'd feel because you've
Dude.
never dedicated 15 years of your life to anything.
I dedicated 15 years of my life to jerking off, and I still love that shit, alright? And I love that shit like day one, alright?
It's still an art form. You have like a whole ceremony, like gotta light a candle.
Yeah, but
Gotta
okay.
get this
but
specific lotion.
what if you had to jerk it off like every hour of the day though for 15 years? Like no breaks whatsoever. Like you have to do it constantly all the time.
And I had juice for this?
Well, does he have juice for it?
I don't think
That's
I could,
the point, I
don't
think,
have
is that he
juice for
ran
that.
out, right?
We shouldn't be comparing this to jerking off.
No. We're not comparing it to jerking off in general. We're comparing it to when I jerk off, alright?
Yeah, right.
I create art when I do it, alright? My splatters are like art forms, dude.
Could you say no jizz?
Yeah.
No, just to.
Yeah. There's one point I wanted to bring up.
Moot?
I guess kind of. It's just details.
Alright, bring it up. I'm down.
So like, okay, we were talking about how they summoned the Kages, all of the past ones, right? And it's totally insignificant to us, the readers, because it's like, what feeling are we supposed to get from this? And like, what justification do you have? Like, you needed their immense chakra or something? Like, in that case, just summon Kisame. Like, all you need is him, and just.
Yeah.
But like, I was looking at the big, could you say like marking on the ground? There are 12 spots. Like, he could have easily just used the existing Kages, like, and used the old Hokage. That's it, man. We have characters who we care about. We know they're helping to summon back the heroes.
Yeah.
We don't need this fucking ass pull of a.
Well, that would depend
Like
on
ghosts.
whether I believe it, and it would make sense that like if Kaguya was sealed away and lost her Jubi powers, then actually no, it would depend entirely on Madara in order for like the Tree of Life and the internal Mangekyo to end, right?
It would depend on Madara.
Wait,
Yeah,
what are
because
you talking
he
about?
did that. Because in order for like him to use existing Kages and not the previous ones, that means they all would have to come out of that little tree first.
Oh yeah, right.
Or the
Right,
big
makes
tree, I
sense,
guess.
yeah. Because none of the living Kages are in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all the past.
True.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. Still though,
So
if you can summon ghosts, you can summon some people in a fucking tree.
I don't know. I think they'd be brain dead, wouldn't they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they would be brain dead. And he
Dude,
didn't
this guy,
actually
this guy just summoned ghosts, bro.
Dude, it's because he is a ghost and he can fucks with that
Yeah, he's
essence.
dude.
Dude,
Yeah,
ghostception.
Ghostception.
So like on page 15, though, like you see that giant circular thing, right? That they use.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
They mark
yeah.
it up to like do the Kuchiyosu no Jutsu. Here's what I'm thinking, right? Like this is like a betting circle, and like this is the final stage
The
between
gambling.
Naruto and Sasuke, and they're all gonna bet who's gonna win. Dude, and like
nice.
Madara's gonna be on one side, and like Hashirama's gonna be on the other side, like yeah, Naruto, yeah,
Go!
They're gonna like charge at each other.
on this, you bastard! No, that
They
would
were
only
like-
work if it was a Chinese manga, because the Chinese just fucking love gambling.
What about Koreans?
Koreans are addicted to StarCraft. It's different.
All right.
If Zerglings came out, then it would be a Korean story. If it
Nice.
changed from like these drawings to like real-time strategy drawings, then it would be a Korean story.
Okay,
That'd be
well,
pretty funny. The last panel is gonna be like Naruto and Sasuke charging each other
and it
with
doesn't
like
even
very
show. It
like
doesn't even
very
show it.
longing like gay looks on the face. Like Sasuke's winking.
Like like Bleach-esque looks.
Oh God.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Naruto's got like that glint on his lip. Like,
It'd be an appropriate end to a very already shitty end.
Rabadonis.
rub those.
If you're gonna tank, you might as well tank all the way. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Go big or go home, bro.
Yeah, don't half sink the Titanic. Just
Just fucking sink that motherfucker.
sink everything. Yeah. On the last page too, they have like that panel of Madara. This is my last point. There's that panel of Madara.
Laying there?
He's like lying down. Yeah. Do you think he's gonna wake up and be like, "Oh, I've seen the error in my ways. I'm sorry."
Or is he gonna like fight like to the very end?
Yeah.
I think he's gonna fight to the very end. Because he's
Really?
he's a
We're
little...
gonna see more Madara fighting. Really,
Yeah, dude, it's Kishimoto, man.
dude. If it's Kishimoto, he's gonna be like,
He's gonna be like, "Oh, okay, he's good."
"I'm sorry,
Yeah,
guys."
he's good. All right, and the story.
Yeah. He's gonna like, "Man, I really fucked up.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys. Now I can rest in peace."
He's gonna
It's
be like,
exactly
"Wow,
like
now
that.
that the Black Zetsu is out of my mind, I'm back to normal."
Yeah.
A real quick flashback to when Black Zetsu took over him as like a little kid, and sorry.
He entered
Yeah.
he entered through the anus, just saying.
That's the only way he can get into your body.
Like when
Anally.
White did too, like it totally got penetrated.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Pretty cool last drawing.
All right, does that conclude Naruto?
Yeah, that concludes
That's just
Naruto.
my last. final
Literally
point.
and figuratively concludes Naruto right there, man.
That was very
Yeah.
painful for me.
How many chapters do you guys think we have left? Like
3.
3?
Oh man.
Maybe Max, man. I mean, like, where else do you go now?
I'm praying that he just like there's like an announcement, like within the next few weeks where he's just like, all right, guys, I'm sorry, like I'm gonna do this over again, but you just please give me a break, and he just takes like a year hiatus, and then he restarts like after the pain arc.
Keep dreaming, man. Jesus, keep dreaming.
Yeah. He just goes like, oh yeah, I was trolling this entire time. It was all a dream.
That'd be like if Lucas was like, hold on, let me remake the prequels,
Oh god,
guys.
yeah, you're absolutely right. Damn it.
It's never gonna happen. He already sold off this, like, the rights to the fucking franchise, so.
Christ.
Yeah, so pour one out for Naruto, guys. This could be one of the last times we speak about this manga.
It's very sad.
It's very
I'm
sad.
very sad. That was my childhood.
We could do some retrospective things, I guess, with it in the future. But
we can. We can do speculation.
we can just dick around with it, yeah, like
I love
scenarios.
around.
Oh yeah, we didn't
Like,
have.
what if he wrote a good
story?
story?
Well, he did write
Dude.
a good story. Just like, what if he wrote a good ending? I guess
Dude, the
Dude, what
ending
if-
though is a large part of the story, so he
Yeah.
didn't write a good story.
he didn't write a good Act 3.
Yeah, Act 3 was
Movement 3 sucked balls, man.
yeah.
The closer, dude.
Dude, the closer was just
Closer.
a ballad, actually.
There was no drum solo, nothing. All right.
Class dismissed. We're moving
Class
on.
dismissed.
No more Naruto. No more sadness. No more sorrow.
So sad.
All right.
But
what's funny is
the kingpin of this
Yeah.
manga update, a
What's
pretty
funny is the
epic,
name of-
amazing chapter.
the name of
Right.
the One Piece chapter is also called "Pay No Heed and Move On," which is what I'm
Oh,
trying to
how
do.
appropriate.
Yeah,
he
how
knew.
fucking
He knew.
appropriate.
Oda knew we would be in pain, and he just... God, he is amazing.
One Piece 758.
You think
Pay No
he
Heed
like
and
got a
Move
copy
On.
of Naruto
Yeah,
and he
and
was
then
like,
he
hold on, let me change the title real quick. Hold on, that was so shitty. Just I need to hurt Kishi where it hurts.
He had like an entire draft of the chapter, and when he saw Kishi's chapter, he was like, alright, Usopp needs to have hockey. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. It needs to happen. I wasn't intending for this to happen so soon, but for the sake of all the readers out there.
He's burying Naruto, basically. Get buried.
Yeah, dude.
Landslide victory.
Yeah, and move on.
All right, so a quick recap of what happens in Not One Piece.
Well, actually, hey, before we even go there, so this cover thing has like a bunch of claw marks on the ship that's been capsized.
Oh,
Now it's
Is that what that is?
it's either like the mama kitty, and it has nothing to do with the main story, or maybe they're gonna see something that's kind of relevant to the plot.
it's
Well,
probably the mama kitty.
All right, fine, okay, moving on. Then.
I like how the title of it is like, now that's a capsized ship.
Yeah.
Oh!
Okay.
It's not even capsized.
I
It's
kind of
still
want
like
to say this
floating,
one
dude.
thing for manga stream. Like, I'm really like, I don't dig these like art, like these fan arts being put like they almost start every chapter with one actual page of the chapter, and then you click on next and you're anticipating the plot, and you're fucking interrupted by this demon art bullshit.
Yeah.
It's like
And
I
it's
don't.
not even just one page. It's like three.
Yeah,
in
now
the
I don't.
front.
I don't mind fan art being attached to the chapter, but at least put it at the fucking end.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, don't like hinder the sort of like the momentum of the plot with this like.
Yeah.
It's, like
It's really
playing
irritating to
commercials.
me, and it happens like every freaking time.
Dude, look at the page 3 drawing. Like, Nami's tits are clearly fake in this drawing.
Well, she's a cartoon character, so I thought they were fake from the start.
Yeah, I don't
Bro,
know.
in the way Oda draws them, they're very, like, supple, soft. Here, she has, like, an upper body, and, like, those things are just...
So you're saying it's clear that it's plastic surgery? That's what you're saying.
Clearly, yeah. This
Okay.
person is not even accurate, so he's not even wasting my time with, like, a really good representation of the actual art.
Silicon.
He's
man.
like the one
It's
guy
just-
who listens to our podcast. There's always this like,
Hey, that's my drawing.
about it.
Yeah.
He's like, I loved One Piece. I loved you guys.
I'm not listening anymore. Fuck you, John. You special guest from you special asshole from Japan. All right.
I don't take it back.
John. Apologize.
So,
I don't take it back.
quick recap. They talk shit.
Who talks shit?
They
We
talk,
do.
They all talk shit.
They all talk
and then,
shit.
Law totally like rooms to the next level, which is overpowered.
Dude, let's not even recap. Let's build to this, man. Let's just go through it. Let's build to this great moment.
All right, fine. Fuck you. All right, so
first thing, we just pick up right where we left off, right?
Diamante is gonna Kairos is gonna take on Diamante. Pretty cool. They got free. Luffy finally introduces himself to Rebecca, which is pretty cool that it was held off this long. Diamante is the power where you guys were saying where like he makes anything soft and hard how he wishes.
Yeah. He can manipulate like the texture of things, I think.
I basically do that.
Yeah. I guess we can all do it. You know what's kind of funny is like I just thought on page 5 when Luffy like hops in front of Rebecca, he's like, Rebecca, isn't it awesome that you got to meet your dad? It'd be funny if like he was just like, man, I wish I could meet my dad. And she's just like, oh.
Oh man.
It'd be funny if he did this like throughout the story.
He's got daddy issues, like,
Or like,
up the ass, dude.
or like, oh, you're having mom issues? I don't have a mom.
Oh god. Okay, well, I mean, how do we bounce back from that? That was hilarious.
Where is my dad?
Yeah. My dad never hugged me.
Oh man. It just like has a cameo of Austin Powers, like, Daddy.
Yeah.
Daddy wasn't there.
Oh my fucking
He's just like in the background.
All right.
That would be really funny. Really awkward. Even the readers are like, ooh, ouch.
Dude, yeah, Luffy is just basically Luffy is basically like the ghetto youth in America, man. Where's my dad?
Oh god.
Yeah.
Alright, well, let's try to move on. Okay.
Dude, anytime he's like, you know, on the same page, we had this moment. He's like, she's like, Lucy, good luck. He's like, I ain't Lucy. I'm Luffy, dude. Turns around, fucking happy face, like, God, man, these moments, they're why I live. The name's Luffy, the Pirate King. Oh, man. That's intense.
And he just he doesn't even understand how badass he is, though.
Yeah, not at all.
The total lack of hubris is like respectable, man.
Or maybe he does. He's like, I'm going to put my hat on right now because it's super badass. Turn around all slowly and sexy.
So he's like basically the opposite of Buggy.
Yeah, exactly.
Where like when Buggy does it, he's totally not epic. And when Luffy does it, like he's not intentionally doing it, but he's epic as fuck. Like.
Yeah. The sign of a true hero.
No, yeah, I mean, obviously Oda, does this so that he does look cool. But then...
Yeah, of course.
But
And
Luffy's,
man, it works.
Yeah, Luffy's personality is just that, I think the way the manga perceives it is the things that he does looks cool. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the things... It's kind of like he is a spectacle to watch. Like,
yeah.
He's one of those... He's supposed to be... like this thing that like you only hear about, and it's like being able to see how he lives his life is like amazing and almost kind of nostalgic in a way.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like a role model almost.
Yeah.
Not like a role model, but like people would aspire. Like, damn, man, I wish I
had balls.
Like, I wish I was that much of a free spirit.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, had that strength and shit. Yeah.
I wish I
that
could
confidence.
stretch my dick out as long as he can.
Damn, man. Yeah, I wonder how far it can go. Let's talk about that.
Possibly endless.
Possibly.
Shit, I had a point.
He could use Gear 3 on it.
Oh god.
Elephant gun. Como elephant dick.
He could pleasure like the female oars.
Oh god. Or Shirahoshi.
Yeah, or Shirahoshi. Ooh.
Oh man, keep it in
I
your
like how you
pants,
actually like took that in. I was like, oh yeah, that is a plausibility.
Yeah. I'm sure that's been done already.
Right, so Law uses shambles.
Oh, wait, hold on. What I was trying to say is like
Shamble.
when I first started reading One Piece, like the one thing that caught my eye more than like the other mangas by far was like his punchline panels. You get what I'm saying? Like the one panel where it's like a build-up moment and it shows like an epic scene. Like,
Yeah.
dude, he does it by far the best. Like I think like Bleach has the best and the cleanest looking drawings, but like his like punchline panels are like not as cool. And like Naruto's were cool for a while, but then I turned 18 and I was like, oh, okay.
Well, I mean, I don't know, some of Naruto ones are still classic as fuck. Like the 1,000 Years of Pain was like top tier in my opinion in terms of delivery. Well, you guys don't
no,
agree with me
One
there?
Piece.
Come on,
One
man.
Piece is on that next level.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, like Naruto has one of the classics though. 1,000 Years of Pain, man. That's hilarious. Because it's like, you know, he does the sort of like the sign and like Sakuro's like, oh my god, he's like, for real, is he gonna use that technique? And then it's just like he shoves it up his asshole. It's like, come on, that's like fucking hilarious. It's just like funny for anyone, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's another.
But like, I remember specifically one of like the earlier panels I remember is when they were on the island where we first met Buggy and his crew.
Uh-huh.
And like they had captured Nami.
Mm-hmm.
And at that point they had Usopp, right?
No, they didn't.
It was just Zoro and
Nami and Luffy. Yeah.
and Luffy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I remember like it was like them and like they were like, all right, now we gotta go save Nami, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it showed like Zoro like sitting on like the steps, like looking like a badass, and like Luffy like walking up the middle, like looking like a badass.
Uh-huh.
And like I remember seeing that panel, and I was like, "Fuck, dude! Like that's sick." And it was just two of them, you know, like back when they weren't nothing. Like, and I was like, "Dude, this."
Oh, okay.
Awesome.
I thought you were saying the delivery of certain jokes. I thought that's what you were saying.
No,
you're
no,
saying
I'm delivering,
like you're talking about like almost cinematic moments.
Yeah.
Right?
Cinematic
Oh, okay.
moments, basically.
Okay.
One Piece
it
does
too
have.
well.
I knew you were talking about that, but yeah,
One Piece does it too well. Like
yeah.
the whole like
so
I would be like the pirate king. Like that's awesome.
Yeah.
And, like
Yeah, you know, for me, one of the best ones that One Piece did was, it was a long time ago, but they're out in the middle of the ocean, right? And this is before Skypiea, and this huge galleon just falls out of the sky, and over it is just this panel, and it says, it's a quote from a physicist, and it says everything
goes up must come down.
No, it said everything like I forget what exactly it said, but something along the lines of like anything that can be imagined is a possibility in reality, and like that just like I felt captured the essence of like One Piece.
Yeah,
and I remember like I got shivers when I saw that. It was just like, it was like you saw the Sunny, and it was like super small, and this galleon was fucking huge, and they were trying to figure out the sort of like the solution to getting to Skypiea, and this like huge ass ship falls out of the sky, and like you have no idea how the hell
they're like, how are we gonna get to an island that's up in the sky? Like,
and it was like, how is that even possible? Like, how the fuck did but I mean, the whole thing was like is Skypiea even real?
Yeah,
you know, was like what was, you know, the whole thing was about doubting the journey as a whole, you know, whereas like are these sort of are goals tangible? Are these things like, is like the ambition to be Pirate King and the best of the best, is that even really like a possibility in reality? And that was kind of tied into the fact that if you can't even get to Skypiea, and if you can't unravel the mystery of the Grand Line, then you have no hope whatsoever. And like they're kind of like pulling at at straws or strings or whatever, and this fucking galleon falls out of the sky, and you still have no idea why, but it's like one of those things in life where you see something. And it's like, man, because that happened, that's gotta be a possibility. You know, like Skypiea has to exist because this fucking ship fell out of the sky. Yeah. But it's still like not logical enough for you to tie into. And it's just like something about it was just like really beautiful to me. But yeah,
wait, why? Who said that quote? The physicist quote.
It was like a random physicist. He put in the name, but I never looked it up.
Oh,
really?
Yeah.
And
he like inserted a quote like the author's voice.
Real world.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was like it was just a quote from a physicist, and it was plastered over the image.
Huh. I don't remember that, but I think I remember the image. I think my favorite image.
I actually have
bro,
to, like,
let me tell you about my favorite image, bro.
I have to reiterate what I said earlier. It wasn't when they were on the Buggy Island. It was when they were on the island where Nami gets captured by the fishmen pirates that she used to work for, and they did have Usopp with them.
Okay,
yeah. Usopp was on the side.
There
It was
by
like,
then,
and like it was like the three of them standing in the middle there, and I was like, wow, this manga is fucking awesome. I'm officially gonna read every single page of this. Like,
yeah,
that was like the deciding moment for me. Like, this is too sick.
Yeah, dude, definitely. Yeah, you're right. One Piece definitely has a lot of cinematic moments.
Yeah,
for sure.
So many.
like one of the recent ones when like it seems kind of like pointless, but like now that I rethink about it, it was awesome. It was when Pika turned into like the giant stone thing, and Zoro was like, no matter where you hide, I can hit you, and he like cuts like his sword thing, and it goes through like the whole freaking giant stone body. Like, that's too sick. Like, Zoro's that badass, you know, like. And like, who the fuck are you, Pika? Like, you're taking on Zoro, my nigga. Like, who you talking to? Like, that's Zoro. Like, I don't know. Like, it helps you remind me of how epic these characters really are. Because sometimes, like, you forget, like, because Zoro's kind of a dumbass too. He like blunders and fails, and like, they're usually put in situations where they're like screwed. Like,
right.
The people they fight, they're like, dude, like, how am I gonna beat this guy? You know, like, so a lot of the matchups are kind of silly.
Yeah, now that we're on this subject, man, I'm just like remembering like just moments of One Piece that just like had me like just in awe, basically, you know, like. Well, when we're talking about characters, I think one of the funny ones that is still epic is like Usopp when he first becomes Sogeking, and he's up there and he shoots down the flag of the world government.
Yeah,
and you're just like, it's just like, you know, it's just like such a moment, you know. Yeah. But like
who's like scared of everything.
Yeah,
he's like, nah, I'm Sogeking. Fuck you, world government. Like, so thug, dude.
He takes on the alter ego to be able to handle it, but it's like when it comes down to it, like for the sake of his friends, he sets it all aside, you know. But I'm definitely more of like I like the character cinematic moments, but like I think one of the great things about One Piece is that it takes a whole step back from the entire picture and just kind of looks at the picture itself. Like when the One Piece crew gets separated and they get defeated, right? And like and the whole thing pulls out and it looks at the archipelago and it says on this day, like the Straw Hat crew was defeated for like the first time or whatever. And like I remember there was a moment where you're looking at the archipelago and you just see like the bubbles kind of coming up out of the mangrove trees, and like it just says, I think it was I forget what that lady's name is, but she's friends with
Rayleigh.
Yeah, with Rayleigh. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, right? And the moment, and she's saying, look, you can hear the world moving. Like, you can hear it, like, like, it's like something has started. Like the new world age is coming, and you can feel the world, like, moving. And, like, it's, like, such a moment, you know? It's like, you're, like...
It's like when they lose that she says this.
Yeah, and you're just looking at the bubbles, and there's just something about it that's just, like, you're just, like... The stillness, and yet the movement of, like, the trees and the bubbles, like, coming up, and, like... The sort of inevitability and like the non-stoppable, or maybe just because you're looking at nature itself, you know. But it's like,
for me, one of those moments is at the end of the war, when like Shank shows up and says, "We're gonna have a ceasefire right now," and like it like pans out. It's like during the war, it panned out a bunch of times, but they were actually fighting. But seeing like the aftermath of the war, how destroyed everything was, it was like a statement. Like look what happens. Like when you guys all try to fight each other. Like look at how many people died. Like, you lost Ace, you lost Whitebeard, like, the Marines took severe blows, like... Even the Marines, they got screwed over, too, like, their prison broke out, like...
The whole entire, the headquarters got wrecked. It was, Christ, man.
Too sick, bro. And see, look, there he is, Pika, like, totally just, like, cut in half by Zoro's sword.
Yeah, I think he probably left that stone statue thing.
Yeah, and you know what, like... Later on, like, when they go along the story, there's probably going to be a scene where they, like, flash back to, like, certain islands that they've been to, and it's going to show his statue being there. Like, that statue is going to be there for eternity now. Like, if anyone else that lives in this island in the future is going to be like, oh, yeah, remember that happened?
Remember when fucking,
remember
for
when
sure.
Luffy came through? Like,
I'm not sure if it'll still be there, but definitely, if I was living in that nation, it would be, like, such a part of the history of your country. Like, you would definitely keep that there, I feel like. Yeah.
Like, Pika got defeated. Like, that thing got defeated by Luffy and his crew.
You know, like, many centuries later, people still talk about how the great pirate hunter Zoro took down this, like, huge, like, giant, you know? It's like...
Except he won't be the pirate hunter Zoro anymore.
He'll be like the greatest
great
swordsman,
swordsman
the
Zoro.
greatest swordsman.
Took down this giant statue. Fuck, man. Fuck. All right.
Yes,
To move
the
on.
moments. Bro.
No, you don't get a voice.
Alright, so moving on.
All right, John.
It's all right.
No,
Go
go
ahead,
ahead.
John. I want to hear it, man.
Yeah.
You have interesting stuff to say sometimes.
My favorite.
Rarely, very rarely.
My favorite moment is anytime
Moving on.
Frankie. I hate you guys.
Okay, sorry, say it.
I don't know. My favorite moment is anytime Sanji lights a cigarette.
Yeah.
No, seriously, like every time there's like an epic shot of like the crew or just Frankie or not Frankie, Sanji, he lights a fucking cigarette, dude. It's so goddamn cool. Every fucking time. And like,
There's going to be a lot of
I remember
smokers in
That
Japan.
propaganda, man. That propaganda.
Right,
Smoking's
exactly.
bad, kids.
It
Smoking's
says
bad.
Marlboro on the side, like he
Yeah.
draws it in real tiny.
Camel.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like...
I remember like, no, honestly though, like one of my favorite moments I remember when I was first reading was like, if you remember back when they first get to, Water 7, and then like Usopp, they had that fight and he takes the money, like they have a ton of money and like he wants to use it to repair the ship, but they're like, no, we need that money for other shit. So like, and he gets robbed by the Frankie family.
Yeah.
And then he goes back to the Frankie house and he's like, give me that money. Like, we need it so bad. Like, I need it. You could like see the like sadness in his eyes
Yeah.
and like the anger. And then like Frankie just like mops him up. Just like, you're such trash. Like, you don't deserve this money. Like, don't come back here. And like Usopp just like gets his ass kicked. And then like the other four dudes, like Luffy, Sanji, Zoro, and Chopper, like they find him and they're like, oh shit, like what happened? And like Usopp's just like lying unconscious outside of the house.
Broken man.
Yeah, just like totally broken. And then they're like, Luffy puts on like his mean face, and then fucking Sanji lights a cigarette. Zoro puts on his bandana, and Chopper's like, ugh. And they fucking like, and then there's that like last shot of them like walking
together, dude,
towards the Frank. Oh my god! Like I remember when I first read that.
I can
like,
imagine it.
dude.
I can imagine it in my mind. Like it's like they're all looking at the Frankie house together. And
There's
like,
probably
you're
a
so-
shot
and-
from behind
dude,
too. Like,
yeah. And at that point, you're so pissed off, you just want them to wreck.
Yeah.
You just really want
and
them
you
to
know,
destroy, dude.
if the headband is going on and the cigar's being lit, then they're
shit's about to go
to
down.
go. Damn.
And
it's
talking
like-
about shots from behind, like with I can't believe I forgot this, but Alabasta at the very end where Vivi doesn't join the Straw Hat Crew and they have the X's on their hands, dude. Like that's just, dude, that's
Bro!
the essence of One Piece right there, man.
Yeah.
It's like it makes you kind of want to do it with your friends, like hey, let's put X's on our wrists. Dude.
Dude, let's get tattoos. Let's get tattoos of like Buggy-sama's Jolly Roger on our wrist right here, dude.
I was gonna get it on my face actually.
I was gonna get it on my nuts, dude.
As in, like the
Oh, nice.
entirety of my face was gonna be like
a bug.
the Buggy-sama Fan Club.
Dude, I was gonna tattoo my nose completely red, man.
Mara Salvatrucha, man. Face
Yeah, shit.
tattoos.
But yeah. Anyway, we could be nostalgic about all the great moments like all day.
Yeah,
So.
so we got.
I'm not done yet. Hold on.
But anyway, that was one of my favorites. I don't know why it stuck out so much to me at the time, but I was like, fuck. I splooged.
Oh, you know what? There's one other thing. I feel like we could talk about this one for a very long time.
Like an hour.
Yeah, definitely. But
Yeah.
I think people still refer to it as the greatest mystery in One Piece. But after they leave Thriller Bark, there are those huge giants in the water.
Yeah, with like the skull faces, the ghost
inside
faces.
inside the clouds or the smoke, and like, there's like a narrator that goes over and basically says, like the Straw Hat Crew lucked out that day, for they did not know what like lied within the Florian Triangle, and like
Bermuda.
I remember that, just like, I love that aspect of it, where how like you talk, John, you've said before in the sort of Naruto podcasts, where you would talk about how you wish like the Kages, certain ones like were never really like elaborated on or explored because they were just sort of like, they were just part of the mythology of the universe,
Yeah.
right? And like,
Yeah.
I think that's what One Piece does, which I like that. I like that they respect that element of it, where they put these things in there that, I mean, eventually we might go and explore it and find out what exactly it was, but like to set it up so early in the story and just kind of leave you hanging leaves you this sort of sense of mystery about the universe of One Piece. You know, where there
Yeah.
are these things that you really just don't know.
Well,
And it just leaves it to your imagination, and that's like, you know, like you said earlier, that's the key theme of One Piece almost.
Well,
It's
like
anything's possible through imagination.
Yeah.
the entirety of that world, though, like all land is like in a strip along, like that's
Yeah, the
all
whole concept
ocean.
of the Grand Line itself.
Yeah,
in the
it's
calm belt
all
and everything
ocean.
is
Like
crazy,
there
yeah.
could be anything in the ocean, like
Yeah.
because even in our real world, only what like 20% of the ocean floor is mapped. Like, and to think
No,
about
not
the-
even 20, dude. Like, oh no, the whole ocean floor is mapped, but only 2% of it has been explored.
Okay, so shit, like so like
Yeah.
think about it, like so like
And we have more land than this universe.
so like think about that world where like they don't have like technology to just map and like
And you know
Explore
things
the
like the
ocean.
calm belt exist too, which is really really
Yeah,
cool.
the calm
Because like
belt.
there are areas in the world that are completely flat. Like there's like no wind, no waves, and like the surrounding areas of him are just filled with just like weather turmoil.
yeah.
It's like, yeah, man, it's like that
Yeah, it's
that sort
incredibly
of real
creative.
world incorporation is just like, I don't know.
Although, as a geologist, I gotta call bullshit on this.
You know,
There's no way that a strip of land would form like that.
the land
Fuck
between
logic.
Korea and Japan is shitty like that, or not the land, the water.
Uh-huh.
They said it's like real shitty. That's why like Koreans and Japanese couldn't like go to each other for a long time because like the water was so bad.
So choppy.
Yeah,
just
it's
like,
so
yeah.
disgusting. Like,
Huh.
and then like there's certain areas like of ocean around Korea and Japan where it's just like super calm. Like I actually went to this one beach in Korea like long ass time ago. Yeah, after third grade, the only other time that I went, and I remember I was like, dude, there's like no waves here. Like, what's going on here? Are we at a lake? And they're like, oh no, this is ocean. Like, just like this small area of the ocean. That's why we went there.
Huh.
Because like my uncles were like, you got to see this part of the ocean. Like you guys won't believe it. And we went there and it was like, what the? There's no waves here. Like,
Yeah, that's interesting. Cause like they say that the other side of Japan, like where I don't live, that's where like the worst weather happens in like the wintertime. Like all the worst storms happen on that side, and then like on this side, like the Tokyo side, it's totally like nice, calm.
you should go to the other side, man. You should just stay there.
Just stay there. My friend lives there. He says it sucks.
Exactly.
No, JK. He said like they have really nice shit, but the water, yeah, it's tough. It's rough.
Have you been to a strip club in Japan?
Well, okay, we're getting a little sidelined here. Okay, so back on the chapter.
No, it's a valid question.
I've been to a maid cafe.
Oh,
Oh yeah, I saw that
heard
vlog,
about
dude. I
those.
saw the vlog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So,
We have,
where do we leave off? Law and Luffy teleport.
which like I mean, so okay, so Oda sets down some ground rules for Law finally, like some pretty specific ones finally, where he says using shambles, like using the teleportation, takes a lot of his strength.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah.
now finally you understand why he didn't just do that when
Always,
he was
yeah.
facing fucking an admiral and Doflamingo at the same time.
Yeah, he accepted
Right.
defeat, basically.
Yeah.
Just like shamble
Yeah, he
everywhere,
couldn't just constantly teleport, away. But
Yeah.
which also
That-
raises
that-
the
I
question,
appreciated that too.
Which also raises the question, like, why do that at that circumstance? Like, you're about to go face Doflamingo, right?
Mhm.
Like, possibly get your ass kicked,
Uh-huh.
and you're gonna
Right.
like use shambles away from Diamante when he could have easily just like.
Well, this goes back to the point from our previous podcast. Why didn't they just kick Diamante's ass altogether?
Yeah, exactly.
and move
Right,
on
right,
altogether?
right.
It's like for the epic factor.
Yeah.
Man. Like, it's like
I
it's
know.
basically Law stretching his legs right now because this entire time he was like, Shackled down by the sea stone.
Yeah, and he even says so too. He says it was a good thing, like.
you were carrying
Well,
me
yeah,
this
'cause
entire way. I was
didn't
doing
have
nothing.
to.
Like,
Yeah.
So by doing that, it's like showing like, haha, Law comes into play, guys. Now Law is like worth something. It's
Maybe
like
maybe
their way
Law's
to
like
show.
durability isn't that high either. You know what I mean?
What's
Yeah, it's like Kakashi levels of
Yeah.
chakra.
He's got like great techniques, but like he can't like take a hit like Luffy can.
Oh, well,
Oh, definitely
Yeah.
not. Yeah.
Luffy's made of rubber, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I
See
mean?
it.
You know what I'm getting at though. Like he's not because you were
He
talking.
can definitely take a fucking hit though, because
Yeah,
he got
He
shot.
got shot by
Goddamn.
lead bullets. Yeah. That's what I was getting at because I think last podcast we were talking about that how characters in One Piece when they're just strong across the board.
Yeah.
Right? And it's kind of like that. Like you think that Law can take a hit for sure, but that's kind of like what I was trying to get at is like maybe he's not so durable.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
showing the vulnerabilities, and it's more fun when they show the vulnerabilities on like the protagonist side.
Right.
And,
Yeah.
like,
Definitely.
if the bad guy's just weak as fuck.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, dude.
Like-
Like Ace just takes one little punch through the chest and dies. Like, come on, man, I'm fucking weak.
Well, I mean,
Well, I mean,
a
that was
lava
a
punch
kind
is
of
on
lava
like
punch,
crazy.
so,
Yeah,
yeah.
a kind of like giant fist lava.
Plus,
punch.
Bro,
Ace was,
I'm being sarcastic.
plus Ace was like just like he had been
He was destined to die.
locked
yes,
and shackled for like
They
how many
probably
days
fed
and
him.
tortured him and just like probably
I was
malnourished.
being sarcastic.
Shut up, John. Anyway, so yeah, he was probably malnourished and just
Yeah.
like yeah, dude, like
He didn't
God,
get
fucking
any
John is so
exercise.
stupid,
Dude,
dude.
John,
Yeah,
so-
he just does
so
not. Does
shady,
he even
man.
read this series?
He doesn't even like think of all the extra factors. He just like, do you think
he just
before you
opens his
speak, man?
mouth, dude.
Fuck, bro.
What a dirty slut, dude.
You know, open your mouth only for the dick. All right, John.
Dude, you know I do.
Anyway,
And I'd like to point out King Riku's determination to his people, where he's like, all right, like. The three of them could easily kick this mob's ass, but they're like, we're gonna lose.
Yeah.
We're gonna take it. Like, you guys can take us.
because of Jesus Christ.
Okay.
They couldn't they could at least just like punch one of
dude.
these guys, like put him in the sleeper hold. Like, come on now.
I don't think
I mean,
they-
I'm not saying Kinemon needs to like set people on fire or anything. I'm
Why
just
didn't
saying.
they like cut the rope? I don't understand why they didn't do that.
Kinemon should have done it.
Yeah, like they could have easily
Wasn't
just
it-
ran to the edge and cut the rope, like all.
Wasn't it
around.
Conjuro's rope too?
Yeah, it was
Well,
Conjuro's rope. Yeah.
What if it's like not touchable in that sense? Like what
No,
if, like,
I don't think so
Kanjuro had to
because
cancel the ability?
Kanjuro rode the bird, so it is touchable. It has to be touchable.
And they're climbing it, so it is touchable. But I'm talking about
You mean,
like
like,
endurability.
uncuttable?
Yeah, endurability. It's like how well like
It can only be
Kanjuro-
undone by Kanjuro
by himself. Exactly. Which would be kind of an awesome power.
That would be very overpowered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he just doesn't turn it off. He's like, nah, I'll let them come.
Yeah, dude. You could just like paint the world if you wanted to.
You paint yourself an army.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's one of those things that One Piece does that I'm not a huge fan of, where it's like unnecessary conflict that's kind of thrown on the scenario that kind of, logically speaking, doesn't really make too much sense. But it's basically put in there to just increase the risk or the sort of...
It's for like the emotion factor, really. Like
Really? You didn't buy this like whole scenario?
No, because I mean, they could have... Because Kanjuro's being an idiot, and he did that, right? So I mean, like, I don't know, like
You don't accept that?
it's not a sort of like a thing that was out of the control. It was like something that an issue he created himself out of idiocracy.
But that happens all the time in One Piece.
That's what I'm saying. It's like that's kind of irritating to me sometimes. 'Cause
No, I
think
feel
it's-
like that's very characteristic of One Piece, and I like it.
it kind of depends. Like, I mean, it's as long as like you're not taking the scenario too seriously, sure. But like this element of it where there are actually like, you know, lives are. Oh, I guess it's kind of lighthearted a little bit. It's basically a plot device to ante up the stakes for Usopp, right? Because now he's under the pressure to.
Yeah, he has to
shoot,
come
yeah.
through for them.
Right,
well,
right. But
that's
it's
not
like-
even. They didn't. I guess they didn't need that because his stakes are really high already.
Anyway,
if,
yeah,
like,
right.
if-
But what I'm saying is it's just to put it up even higher. Is essentially the reasoning for it, I think.
Man, I didn't feel that at all. I was letting like the story totally like capture me. Like as I was reading like all this shit, as the drama was escalating, like seriously, I was like, fuck! Like my heart was seriously like starting to beat a little quicker, like as the pages were going. So he got me with that. He got me.
You're
I
a
didn't,
noob, dude. Get out of here.
dude. I didn't suspend my. I mean, I definitely suspended my disbelief for that. I was just like,
You definitely did.
Oh, dude,
okay.
yeah. I was like, damn, man, this is getting too intense.
'Cause, like, right
the
as he
pressure,
shoots
the
it-
pressure's like mounting, man.
Because right as he
I
shoots
felt
it
it.
off, like he gets captured by them. So
It would.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be different if they had found a way to get up there themselves. You know, like I would buy
Right,
that.
like if they were just taking the stairs or
yeah,
something.
yeah, or they were climbing the side of the wall. That'd be even more insane. But
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I don't know.
They're, like,
That's
using
kind of
it-
a minor
yeah.
detail, though. I mean, it doesn't really irritate me that much. It just kind of like it bugs me in a little.
It's a minor,
way.
yeah.
all right. Well, let me ask you. Did it bug you when Luffy called out Kaido saying he's gonna come for his head?
No, not really, because that's characteristic of Luffy.
Well, Kanjuro's a dumbass. Like it's characteristic of him to do something stupid like that. Like
That's different, though.
he got captured, man.
It's there. That's not. I mean, I don't want to go into it because we can talk about it for a long time, and it's these sort of things are really, really kind of like non-tangible, so it's really hard to create that reasoning. But to me, it's not the same thing.
Maybe in the future we'll find out Kondro can't delete his drawings or
Yeah,
something.
and then they would make sense in that case, I guess.
But that would be pretty ridiculous.
Although I feel like it'd be really cool. Like I think I mentioned this earlier. If he like drew up a spider, like multiple spiders, so like because it kind of looks like a web, and so the spider's like guarded. I don't know. There's so many things they could have done, but now like I feel like like King Riku's gonna get shanked or something, and we're just gonna have a lot of like unnecessary like turmoil done to these characters that could have easily been avoided.
Well, no, they all agreed
I don't think he'll
to
get
capture
shanked.
them alive.
Right,
all the
right,
humans
right.
there were
Wasn't
like
it dead or alive?
But I mean, I'm saying like they're gonna get like beaten up, Like Usopp's already getting beaten up, and then when they get beaten up, they kind of get a little bit taken out of the equation, and you don't get to see them performing to the maximum capability against people I actually want to see them compare against.
I think Usopp has like played out his purpose in this chapter.
Yeah, but I still kind of want to see him fight, though. I mean, he did a sniper rifle thing, and yeah, you're right. This was a really huge moment for him. But
And
I still want to
that's
see
his
him take
job. He
another.
even says that himself. He says, "Yo, like."
Yeah, but I
it's
still
my
want
job
to
as
see that.
sniper.
Yeah, but I mean, you could say the same thing about Nami, where it's like, well, her job is navigating, so her job's done when she gets to the island. But no, I still want to see her like go up against.
That's
someone.
true. That means like
I don't know. I'm okay with it.
Sanji would just cook all the time only.
Right.
Little bitch.
And Chopper would only be a doctor.
I was totally okay with it. King Riku's got a lot of demons. He doesn't want to do anything against his people, so it's not. To me, it was totally understandable.
Yeah, that would definitely be hilarious. Where like you're looking at it from like the POV of one of these citizens, and like you just see King Riku with like this evil look on his face, like shaking the rope, and he was like, "I knew you were an asshole."
Yeah.
He's like falling,
Fuck you! You're not getting up here. You're like one of the guys at the top of it too. Like, oh shit! If I fall from here, like.
That would be funny.
And a total like awesome team combo, dude. Viola knew Nakama, man. That power is too tight, dude.
It's pretty OP.
It's too tight.
Definitely very OP.
And it's definitely like way more useful to the crew than like anyone else that we've seen so far. Like,
Dude, King Riku knew Nakama.
I think I would argue Jinbei is pretty high up there in terms of OP-ness.
Shut up, bro.
Overpoweredness and like his like sort of help, Oh, anyway, that's neither here nor there.
because like that teamwork with him is awesome. She like gives him the exact distance, and he like does it.
Right. I think Robin could do something similar, where she like pops an eye open like in a faraway location.
Ah, but hers is only hands, right?
No, she can any body parts. She's done a thing where she spies with an ear to hear like what people are doing.
She like distracts with titties, like.
Like honestly, if we were gonna pick apart like one of these minor details, this one I would buy. And the fact, what I'm talking about is like how this like creepy little girl is walking towards them and they do nothing. Like Luffy and Law are just like standing there like, okay, we're gonna let you come up to us and do something to us. Like, come on, you really like, you're not gonna be at least in some sort of defensive stance. Like, whoa, bitch, come on, back up. They're just standing there like,
Nah,
okay.
Dude. Luffy's everyone's friend, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Law isn't. Law should know who this is.
Does he?
Yeah.
know?
Oh yeah.
Does he? Does he know?
Law
who it
should
is?
know who it is.
Oh, because wasn't
I
he the
mean,
one who?
Maybe
made
He was
he's got like
he was
his.
part of the
He
family.
knows about like all this criminal network shit. Like, he should know at least.
He was under
who Sugar is.
Corazon, so he would know about. Well, how long?
I mean, maybe.
Because it said what? She actually even said it. She said exactly how long she gathered those toys for.
Did she?
The last 10 years.
I mean-
10 years diligently creating the tens of thousands of toy slaves.
Uh-huh.
All right.
So how long has Law not been part of the equation for?
Well, I mean, I think we're missing one big point, which is like, wasn't it Law who explained the situation with Sugar?
Oh, that's right.
Was he the one who explained it? I can't remember.
I don't know, but all I'm saying is like, how did they not react to this?
No. He wasn't, because his plan was his the plan where
His
he was
plan
like, you have to
didn't
take
involve.
out Sugar?
No, that was all the dwarves' plans.
Yeah,
the dwarves' plan.
That was
Yeah,
the dwarf's plans. That's
they
right.
knew about it.
So he didn't even talk about Sugar. His plan was to
maybe,
like.
I don't-
maybe he
I don't
didn't know
think
who
he-
she was then.
But he should know. Like, he should have known. I feel like, or at least if he didn't know, like they should have at least reacted. Like I was like, "There's no way they're gonna let this little girl touch them right now." Is there?
But she is a little girl though.
She is a little girl.
Yeah.
But she has. But if Luffy can sense like malintent,
right.
Yeah. Right.
he should been able to sense
Which
that.
which I kind of get on this stuff all the time about him and his observational hockey, and how it seems to be selective to the story.
I think honestly though, it must be selective, right? It can't just be on all the time. Like how you select when to use the armament hockey, right? Maybe he's just so dumb he chooses not to use it like at the worst times. No.
Maybe, I don't know. It's kind of hard to say.
It is.
Yeah.
Or maybe because she's like a toy or something, he can't sense it because she's not human or something. So.
Well, whatever.
I don't know, but still,
talk about this,
if there's anything that bugged me, it might have been that.
Well, let's okay. Well, anyway, let's talk about this huge moment, this momentous occasion here where Usopp. Well, I don't know. You take it away, man.
He has a giant slingshot, man. That's like the hugest moment for Usopp ever, dude.
Wait, where did he pull this out of? Anyway,
that's the whole point.
I think it's made out of
like the horns of those insects.
Yeah, I think it's like a plant thing, isn't it? Because you can see
Is it a plant?
Yeah, because you can see the
oh,
thing. Oh
yeah, he said grow up.
Yeah.
He said grow up, Super Kabuto
Yeah.
Slingshot.
That is really convenient, actually, to be able to grow his artillery.
Yeah. Grow artillery and ammunition.
Yeah.
So as like their support is getting captured by the Great Mob, Viola is clearly distracted as she was at two different points of this chapter. He was like, focus Viola. So he knows that he needs more than just like her guidance to hit them. He knows that he needs his own eyesight.
At least until he realizes he has observational hockey that allows him to see people's auras.
What I'm trying to get at is that he knows that he needs to be able to see them himself to hit them like most accurately. So in his great moment of need, where he's like, all right, I have to save my captain. This is the most important part. Viola's not coming through for me like she should, or like she. And, like, the amount that she can come through for him is not that huge. So
Right.
What can I possibly do to hit them? And, like, that's when he discovers his observational hockey, which is awesome that he has. It's just totally fitting of him as a sniper to where he can see targets.
Right. I feel like a way you could have made that moment even more dramatic is if Conjurer had never put the ropes there in the first place. And those...
What?
Just hear me out. So Conjurer never put the ropes in the first place. And this huge crowd mobs its way up the stairs or whatever, and they're
Out of nowhere. They weren't expecting it.
And they're just like kind of like almost like zombies, just like just so many of them they can't handle it. And Viola's trying to focus, and she gets just like just like just like they're just taking her and pulling her, and they're even grabbing Usopp, and he has to let go. And in that moment where we're all like about to get dragged into this huge mob, he does it and then unleashes it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That would have been even more like sort of intense, and that would have been like a huge moment, a huger moment. It was a huge moment already, But
yeah, it's pretty well thought out, man. I agree. That was probably quite necessary too.
But it's still great though. I mean, this whole
I thought it was constructed really well.
Yeah.
Like in his great moment of need, he discovered it. Just like when Zoro discovered his, he was like, "I really have to beat this sword, dude," or the blade fruit.
Oh,
guy.
right. The guy who his body
fruit.
can become a blade on any angle.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is just like a whacker version of the bitch that turns into any weapon she wants. But that's neither here nor there.
Dude, this like when everyone loves like a sniper who's clutch. Like it reminded me of the Saving Private Ryan sniper.
Oh,
like
dude,
when he let off his bullet, he's like in his mind, he's like, the wind is westerly, wind speed 4, slight tailwind 2. Like
he's calculating exactly how it goes.
Yeah, he's like, the first gunpowder star booster will blow up and then like the star will rise just a little bit. That reminded me of like the sniper who used to pray like as he was shooting.
Yeah,
like he would just kind of like, speak to himself. He's like, that's like, I don't know. It gave me that sort of like great feeling.
As I walk,
wow, man, this guy's amazing. As I walk through the Valley of Shadow and it's fucking killing Nazis.
Yeah. As I walk through the Valley of Shadow where death is, y'all better know who Kanye West is. All right. Anyway, so yeah, he like totally.
We do, bro.
And he totally like perfectly calculates the timing on everything, and like it's all epic. You're like, man, what is? And for me personally, it was an opposite moment of what it leads up to, is because like the projectile changes multiple times. It's like a thing wrapped in another thing, or like boosted by another thing, and it's going. He's getting beat to shit pretty much. Going towards its target, who's like this scary little girl, and then like Luffy's like, oh, it's the little girl, and it's like that. That was so tight for me, man. That was so tight.
What did you think it was gonna be at first?
Dude,
Just
I
like
thought it was gonna be a bullet that was gonna kill her.
I thought it was gonna be another hot tamale thingy. And it just goes in her mouth and she just accidentally swallows it.
Oh my god, that would be so clutch if it was.
That'd be hilarious.
That'd be even more amazing.
Yeah.
That'd be the greatest shot ever. Like, it goes in her, like, little kid mouth.
It would have been even more hilarious because, like, Luffy and Law are just looking at her like, what the fuck is this girl? And, like, out of nowhere, this, like, little red bean just, like, flies in and it's just, and she gets it in her mouth and she has that face and she just falls to the ground. And they're just kind of like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah.
You know? Although they're probably still kind of like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah, it's probably the exact same reaction.
Although Luffy's probably like, oh, hey, it's up, you know? Like, he probably already knows.
Now, what's amazing to me, or like what's more like deeper in this situation that I didn't think of until I saw this panel again just right now, is how did he shoot Kanjuro's drawing?
Because the drawing, we were talking about this, the drawing can be 3-dimensional. It's like the bird is 3-dimensional and he flies on the bird, right?
Yeah.
So for the moment, that thing is 3-dimensional and as soon as it hits the wall, it becomes 2-dimensional.
But to shoot that projectile that accurately, that's not something that he shot before. Like, how does he know?
It was wrapped in a thing, and it exploded.
Well, at some point, it's gonna come out of there and be that, right? Does it come out at the last second?
Yeah,
Is that it?
I think so.
Okay, yeah.
Kind of like a firework, I guess.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, like a firework. Yeah.
Okay, wait. It shows right here. No, it's the face already.
He's explaining it. He's
Right
explaining
there.
it.
It blows up right there, and then it shoots it out like a firework.
And it says straight, it will go straight. How does he know that thing will go straight? This is me nitpicking. I thought I'd do it this time.
I mean, maybe he's already kind of checked it out, like kind of looked at the.
You'd have shot it before.
I
kind of read that as like he was hoping. He's like straight. It will go straight. He was like reassuring himself.
Like, please.
That's how I read it.
Okay.
He's like, please go straight.
Okay, so
please go
you know
straight.
how it hits the wall and it turns 2-dimensional? It would have been funny if the window wasn't even open. Like, you know, there's bars on it, but there's like glass on it, and it just hits the glass, and then
There's like a drawing right
smears
falls
it,
down.
and she looks at it and she screams and like gets unconscious anyway. You know.
She sees it in the corner and she runs away. Like,
The most epic thing about this is that in the Riku Kingdom, there's this picture of Usopp just on their wall.
oh,
You
yeah.
know? And like,
God, Usopp.
maybe like when they all leave and escape, the Marines will be there and they'll see this photo and it'll become his new bounty or something.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, like oh, this is
They're
what
like,
Usopp
oh,
would say
this is the Soge King's work.
It's just, he's like the graffiti tagger or something.
or if they like put a bounty on Usopp now instead of Soge King.
Yeah.
So he has 2 bounties.
2 bounties. That'd be epic, dude.
That would be like, yeah, definitely.
Dude, after
God Usopp
what
bounty.
if after this arc he has one of the highest bounties just because of all this shit? He's God Usopp now, right?
Dude, he just bust a buggy.
Like he has like a higher bounty than like Luffy or like
Dude, that'd be
Zoro.
crazy.
That'd be amazing.
Supernova
dude.
12.
Like, they're like, oh shit, like Luffy, Straw Hats have God Usopp in their crew. Like, how are we gonna beat that?
I hope that happens.
That'd be
God,
hilarious.
dude. And then, of course, another great one panel, the fucking face. That's actually like a pretty good drawing for Kanjuro, it seems. Like, I'm pretty shit at drawing. I don't think I could draw that. I'm pretty sure I have Kanjuro's skills of drawing. But thank God he came through in the clutch.
Yeah, like what if his drawing was so bad that it wasn't even recognizable, and so she just saw it and was like, "What's that?" Like just doesn't even recognize that it was supposed to be Usopp's face or anything like that.
It's just like a circle happy face with like a big nose
Dude, like,
But the nose is enough to like create trauma in her. She's like,
to set her off.
dude, this panel's so tight, man. Like, he's sitting on his throne in his gangster pose.
It's like a couch. It's
a throne.
It's like a love seat.
And I didn't notice this until
Yeah.
now, but that guy's
Yeah.
totally like dead on the floor. Like,
The spring guy. What's his name again? Bellamy?
yeah, Bellamy the hyena.
Yeah.
The hyena way.
Wait, is Bellamy there?
Yeah, he's on the floor.
Knocked out.
Oh, fuck.
At his feet.
I didn't even know.
He's probably gonna like come into play in this fight sometime.
Maybe
Wow,
maybe
dude.
in a clutch scenario where it's like Doflamingo's about to die and Doflamingo sees Bellamy wake up and he's like, Bellamy, do this thing for me, like, because you know everyone's at ends. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And it's like, it's really a matter, it's to the point where, like, it's kind of like when Gohan and Cell are interlocked in that Kamehameha battle, and it's like, even Vegeta shooting that beam at Cell is enough. Just enough to, like, make him lose.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a similar situation where maybe they're, like, at ends, you know? And Bellamy waking up is a scenario that can change the game. And so Doflamingo says something like, do this for me and you'll finally get your position. And he's like, no, fuck you.
Yeah.
You know, like,
And
that
then
was the last
Bellamy
time.
takes up Doflamingo, and
Yeah.
everyone's like, "What?"
That'd be kind of crazy.
It could be Bellamy who, yeah.
I mean, it's not like
Takes
he
him out.
defeated him, but it's like he's in a position where he can do, like, one thing that's just enough to topple the whole thing over. You know what I mean?
Paragon?
He's in Chad position right now.
He's what now? Shambles? What
He's in Chad stance.
What's that? Chat stance? What?
Chad from Bleach,
Oh.
face down on the ground.
Yeah. Pretty epic, man. All right. Well, is this the last page right here?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pretty
So
epic
how-
chapter.
Yeah.
Pretty
Yeah,
fucking epic.
very,
I did not
very,
think.
very,
I
very.
really, honestly, did not think that Usopp would get his hockey so fast.
I also
I always knew he would get hockey, but I thought it would be
Still,
many
still,
arcs
it's
down.
only observation still. So maybe he'll have another great moment to get the other
Armament
one.
or something. Yeah, I mean, maybe
Yeah.
like he'll need to. Maybe he's the only one who has the capacity to like fight this like Logia at the moment, and like no one can do anything about it because no one can hit
Yeah,
the Logia,
exactly.
and so he needs to be the one that can hit him.
Right.
And you know-
or he needs to incapacitate a Logia.
Yeah.
and like it's so cool that like the snot guy is there. Like,
Yeah, because
That
it kinda
totally,
evens,
like, throws a huge
the,
bone,
it evens the playing ground for sure. Now it's 2-on-2.
Yeah, I didn't even realize Sugar was here though, so I guess that explains why he's here too,
Yeah.
because he's her bodyguard.
Uh-huh.
So yeah,
and
it's
he's
gonna
totally
be,
like a badass. Remember he like did like a snot thing and like totally destroyed a building.
Yeah,
with
he's
it?
pretty.
Like,
Yeah, this guy's pretty strong. Treble,
Yeah, he
right?
is.
His name's Treble.
I don't even know his
Although
name.
I did kind of want to see like just like Star Wars Episode 1, like 2v1 fight.
Yeah.
Oh, against like Darth Maul. It's
Yeah.
sort of,
Yeah,
That
yeah.
was honestly one of the sickest freaking lightsaber fights. In
Yeah,
Star
dude, that
Wars.
would have been actually. You're right. That would have been pretty tight to see two of them try to take on Doflamingo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was like the redeeming like sequence of Episode 1.
And then Liam Neeson dies, and then
Yeah.
Luffy
Exactly.
has to take on Doflamingo by himself.
Fuck.
Fuck.
Well, that would suck if Law like really died here.
Yeah, without any closure and without
Yeah.
and without any flashbacks at all, so we just left to like wonder what the hell happened.
I
That would be some real Game of Thrones shit. But
I think there was
I'll leave it at that.
one panel that had more significance than I originally gave it credit for. Right here, it says because
Back during the Usopp sniping, right?
no, because you know how Law was like, oh, I don't have that much time to live.
Uh-huh.
You remember how he mentioned that?
Oh, that, like many chapters ago.
Yeah, and
But
then,
no, wait, he didn't say that though, did he?
yeah, he said that. He was like, I don't have that much time left. Like
Did he? Did he say that?
I
When he was a kid, he said that.
Oh, when he
It
was
was in a flashback moment.
when he was a child.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not now, but when he was like.
oh okay, then this is pointless.
But I mean, still, that's a pretty big detail. I hope they elaborate on.
Yeah,
later.
dude. I mean, I think we talked about this, or I speculated that Corazon gave him his heart, and that's why he's the heart pirates because he has Corazon's
Figuratively and literally.
heart. Yeah.
And he took when he takes the bullets out of himself, he says that they're lead bullets.
Yeah, that's got to be important too. For
Yeah,
sure.
it's gonna be like poisonous, like
Yeah.
because it's lead.
So maybe like during the fight, like he's gonna get a little incapacitated.
yeah, he's gonna feel weakened.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to get at, and I was gonna try and tie that in with like Law saying that he doesn't have that much time left. So like he's already like sick, and now he has.
Technically, though, he's a doctor, so he should be able to get out whatever poison is inside him. If he can operate the bullets out of him, surely he can operate.
well, the bullets are like
toxins.
super tangible, whereas like poison would be kind of like.
Nah, no way, man.
On a
He's a
minuscule molecule
surgeon,
level.
dude. He should be able to, and he's got that devil fruit, so he should be able to just like draw it out, right?
But that's like a molecule level, man.
No, man, the guy can like reattach limbs on other people.
He could put a heart. He could take out hearts.
Yeah, he can take
And
out
put
hearts
in
and
hearts.
like leave him beating in like in a box. So
But I suppose there's something to that, right? Like, yeah, the lead.
Yeah.
What's the significance? What if he shot him with like sea stone bullets? That would suck.
dude,
Oh, then he could never take it out of himself.
Yeah.
Oh shit! But I mean, that's not what happened. But that would have been insane.
Yeah.
I'm surprised the Marines haven't made that already.
Yeah, that's retarded. I guess maybe it's too hard to like mass produce.
Yeah, maybe.
And like, you have to shoot it with like gunpowder, and like it might just crush the stones.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, well.
I mean, I guess they put that stuff on their ships, so.
Yeah. Do you want to just start speculating for the next chapter?
Yeah, I think I'm kind of bled dry on like podcasts right now.
All right.
I've done a lot of analysis.
Analysis.
Next chapter is basically going to be the final showdown, dude. And like, when I read the next chapter, I'm going to play like the ultimate music from The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly when they're like doing the
boing,
final.
Boing, boing.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
I'm going to play that theme song.
Except
It'll
this
definitely
is,
be
this is a
the
four-way,
beginning of it.
This is a 4-way.
A 4-way battle.
Wait, so what do you guys think? Who's gonna fight who?
I think Law's gonna go for Doflamingo, man.
Yeah, and then maybe Luffy will go for Treble.
Yeah, because Treble is like,
Or do you think it'll be like a battle royale-esque sort of thing where it's just 2-on-2?
they're like a rumble almost.
Yeah.
Circle up. Shit, dude. It could be any of them because
Yeah, I could see any.
Treble can like stand. Well, he's most likely like from what I've noticed is like he's gonna stand in place and like try to snot them. And like Luffy and Law will be trying to like move around, do something. Like Law will. I don't even know how he even fights. So like, I wonder. I've totally lost on Law.
You don't know how Law? You've seen Law fight at Punk Hazard.
Barely.
You saw a pretty good amount.
He just like rooms and like
he
cuts
fought
and then, like,
Smoker, and
throws
then he
ships.
fought what's his face? Virgo.
Virgo?
Yeah.
You always forget Virgo.
They're pretty gratuitous like combat sequences too.
I thought you were saying we don't know how Treble fights, which I could buy that.
Yeah, we don't know too much about Trouble, but he was talking about Law.
For all I know, maybe Doflamingo will just be like, all right, Step, I'm going to take these bitches on myself.
Yeah, that would be ultimate hubris, man.
Yeah. Well, I feel like Doflamingo might have some of that, but...
Let me ask you something. Do you guys think that Doflamingo would definitely lose in a 1-on-2 battle with Luffy and Law?
Yeah.
I don't think definitely.
I think definitely.
I'd say like maybe 60% win, 40% lose.
Christ, what?
Yeah.
Man, you do not have
I'd say
a lot
the
of
odds
faith
are
in
still
Luffy.
not in their favor, I think.
But now there's Trouble, so you're saying that the percentages are even lower, like 0.
Yeah, it's low. I don't know how they're going to win this.
No,
Honestly.
I think the two of them together could beat Doflamingo.
I think so too.
Because Luffy, like,
I don't know, guys.
his hockey is like definitely like a huge thing he has going for him, and Law's like rooms are kind of OP. Like,
I will say this: I think that actually, I feel like Luffy has a better chance taking on Doflamingo by himself than Law.
I'd put that at 20% of... No, I put that at 5% of winning, dude.
Than Law, because like I feel like Law is a little bit more vulnerable, and so like because Doflamingo is such an asshole, like I feel like he could put Law's jeopardy like as like a stepping stone to winning, and then use that as leverage against Luffy. And Luffy's kind of dumb and can't like.
yeah.
But when Luffy's just by himself, he just goes all out there.
Yeah,
You know, because he has no concern for anything but him. He's not even concerned about himself.
Yeah.
So I feel like he can go out full out more, whereas Law is kind of like, I think, more brittle. So like, of course he's a great asset in a lot of ways, but against Doflamingo, if he gets caught. Plus, I mean, Doflamingo manipulates people.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we might
crazy.
end up having a scenario where, you know, Law gets manipulated and then that's game over.
Yeah.
You know?
Does he have to like touch you to get the strings on you? Like,
No idea.
No, he can just shoot him out.
that's crazy. They can't even see the strings. Like,
It's like, yeah. It's like how he can grab the clouds and walk in the air. He can just shoot the strings out and grab the clouds.
Alright, so do you guys think that this is just going to be this one battle and it's going to be decisive, or do you think it's going to be a little bit more drawn out, kind of the way Alabasta was, where we have a fight here, a fight there, and finally a conclusive final battle?
Probably that.
no, I think it's a string.
Although,
clone.
I mean,
it's a string.
what else do we have to see? The only thing left we have to see is Sabo and Fujitora.
Has Zoro defeated Pika yet?
No, not yet.
Oh yeah, not yet. But I feel like that'll come soon.
Yeah, that can get wrapped
Frankie
up
has
like
to beat-
immediately.
The other guy too, the swimming guy.
Yeah. And then Robin and
yeah.
all those guys.
But they're like doing some synchronized swimming right now. Dude. They're too busy.
Well, all those Nutcracker or Skullcracker toys are down now.
No, Robin hasn't fought. We haven't seen Robin fighting them yet.
No, because Sugar is down.
Oh,
so all those Skullcracker toys are gone.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
basically
So now it's just
only
that one dude.
Gladius,
He's fucked.
Yeah, he's fucked, man.
Okay,
And like they're done using the stairs too, so Bartholomew can make barriers again.
Yeah.
He's
Dude,
fucked.
it's over. Game over, man.
Yeah.
And we do need to see Diamante versus Kairos.
Oh yeah, that's pretty big.
There's a lot of stuff that needs to be wrapped up. So, basically everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if Treble hops down and like double teams Zoro with Pika? That would be intense.
Zoro.
I feel like
Treble.
I feel like Treble will just get in the way here in this fight.
I don't know about that.
I think he'd get in the way of Doflamingo.
Because I feel like
TBH.
Doflamingo doesn't have to care about whether or not Trouble gets hurt or not.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he really doesn't care at all.
I don't think he cares.
Look what he did to Bellamy.
Why? Isn't that one of his family members?
Yeah, but
He really
I don't know.
he's been shown to care about them.
He has
pretty explicitly.
Yeah, he does. But I think maybe his attitude toward him is like, especially because he's a top executive, like handle your shit, you know?
Yeah. Take care of yourself, Treble. You're strong.
Yeah, I guess there's that,
And
but he's not gonna let him.
He
die
could also
either.
be mad at Treble, like, because like Treble he pretty much like failed his duty and let Sugar get taken out, which like fucked their whole equation up. From the
Yeah,
start.
that's true. Yeah, I
You
guess
had one job.
he's been pretty merciful in that sense, if you think about it.
Yeah, it's like, dude, Treble, are you serious? Like, I told you to do one thing, man.
Yeah.
He's kind of an idiot.
Yeah, I don't know. The speculation is.
And like Treble went
tough.
through and rampaged the town. Remember how he like broke all those buildings and turned all huge and stuff? Like,
Yeah.
Treble's like a lot of shit he fucked up on. So,
Treble.
damn, this is my favorite part of One Piece, man. So much shit could happen.
Yeah. I mean, I'm down for this to be the definite climactic ending of this arc. Like,
3 chapters?
I don't know how it's gonna end at all.
3 chapters?
Nah, more than that.
I think it'll be 2 chapters of fighting and 1 chapter of conclusion right now. That's what I'm calling.
You think this is gonna wrap up in 3 chapters?
Yeah.
I don't think so at all. I think we're gonna have several still. I don't know. I don't think it's gonna wrap up too soon.
We might have like a flashback or two here in this fight. Because like maybe Doflamingo is gonna be provoking Law, like, oh, remember when I killed your best friend? And Law's just like, and then we get like a flashback. So it could be a pretty drawn out conclusion, but I don't know how this is gonna end. I'm really surprised this is happening so soon.
What do you mean? This was dragged out forever.
No. I mean like Luffy versus Doflamingo.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, him getting to Doflamingo took forever, man. There was like 2 times where they used hacks. When like Luffy punched a hole through the ground with the elephant gun. Oh, 3 times when
I'm surprised that
Bartholomew made stairs.
I'm surprised that Luffy hasn't fought in someone else before getting here.
He's fought no one, basically.
Yeah, because usually in most arcs...
He fought in the tournament.
That's true. But, I mean, he hasn't fought in any of the Doflamingo family, though. Because usually in almost every arc, he fights someone.
Yeah.
Before... He kind of has, like, a warm-up thing before he gets to the final boss.
Basically, all he's been doing is, like, running.
Running around, yeah. And having fun, basically. Yeah.
Which is, like, the life for him.
Yeah.
This is Luffy's life right here. He's running around having fun, and then he gets to fight someone strong that he hates.
This is Luffy's porn, dude.
Dude.
His life is his porn.
I want to be Luffy, man.
Doflamingo, will you be my daddy?
Oh my god, yeah.
Are you my daddy?
Are you my daddy? So, nothing but good things to come in the coming weeks.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Thank God for One Piece, dude. Otherwise, like, this whole week's chapters would have just...
I think I
pissed
might
me
quit,
off.
man. If it wasn't for One Piece, I think I wouldn't, like, tune in every week.
Yeah, me too. I would have lost a lot of intrigue. One Piece definitely just holds it down consistently and keeps my general sort of interest in all 3 of them together, you know? Honestly, it kind of overcompensates for the other 2.
Well, One Piece is like the Yankees in the 50s and stuff, when like everyone else in America was losing and everything else in America was kind of shitty, and like the Yankees were winning every time. Like,
Yeah. Or like the Celtics in the 60s.
Yeah.
Everyone sucked.
but like the One Piece wins all day long. Like,
Yeah.
exactly, man. Thank you, One Piece.
And it's gonna be around for
Did I ever tell you
until
guys?
I'm fucking old.
Did I ever tell you guys the first time I was ever introduced to One Piece? My cousin from Korea, like, he like moves to America, and I was in 6th grade and he was in 7th grade, right? And he has like a shitload of these like comic books for One Piece, right? And I was like, what story is this? Like, One Piece? And he was like, oh dude, it's like the best ever. And he was like telling me about it. And he was explaining Luffy to me, and he was like, oh yeah, like, this guy Luffy ate this weird ass fruit, and now he's like made of rubber. And in my head, I was like, that's the stupidest story I've ever heard in my life. Like, what the hell? Like, they're pirates and one of them is made of rubber? Like, get that shit out of here, you know? Like,
it is a pretty odd premise. For sure.
Right? Like, and he was like, yeah, I was like, okay, pirates, that's cool. But then he was at the point where, or he was like showing me the point where the guy with like a bunch of knives on his fingers.
The butler.
The butler, that's right.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, dude, that guy's kind of cool. And he was fighting with Zoro. And I was like, does that guy have a sword in his mouth? Like, that's stupid. And, like, I was always just like, dude, because, like, I kind of didn't like my cousin back in the day. And, like, so I was just talking shit on One Piece, like, mad shit. I was like, the stupidest thing I ever heard. Yeah, you ever heard of Dragon Ball? You should watch that shit, you little douche. And, like, and now that I'm reading One Piece, like, it's so awesome. Like,
yeah. No, definitely One Piece, like, when I was a kid, it couldn't really maintain my interest that much either back in. I think I said this earlier in a podcast, but I remember the pilot of One Piece was really good for me. I really liked it a lot.
I remember that one.
When I picked up the first shonen manga ever, it was like a compilation of all the different shonen mangas at the time, and One Piece was really good, and I was keeping up with it. But then I remember I just kind of dropped that at one point, and I picked up a random like manga, and there was just like weird shit happening. Oh yeah, it was I saw Mr. Number 2 Bon Clay dressed up as Dami, but he had that weird body, and like I opened the book to that, and I was like, what the fuck is happening? And I just closed it, and I was like, I'm sticking with like Naruto and like Yu Yu Hakusho and like all those other ones I liked at the time. But yeah, like it definitely grows on you when you learn to appreciate. Well, I mean, then again, One Piece has gotten better over the years, I think, too. But
dude, I thought One Piece was really solid, like, even in the beginning.
I feel like, yeah, there were some great things about the beginning, but then there were, like, he definitely lollygags a lot. Like, it takes a long time to get to, like, and a kid doesn't always have the patience for something like that, you know what I mean?
Oh, definitely not, man.
I didn't like the artwork in the beginning.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's another thing that turns a lot of people off.
Yeah.
It's definitely
a lot
better
like,
now.
I don't know.
I think it's
too cartoony.
It's come into its own now, I think.
It's probably because there's like a legion of artists who can smooth it out for him.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if he did it by himself, maybe it's still just as shitty.
The first time they introduced Mihawk, that was like a huge moment for me.
Definitely.
Like, oh yeah.
Oh shit! Like it's Mihawk, and he like totally like destroys that weak ass dude's all of his fleet like with one sword slash. Like,
or like just like just how they
like eviscerate Zoro.
Like, dude. And the fact that they like introduced the concept of the Shichibukai and that there's like 6 other motherfuckers just as strong as them.
Yeah.
It's like it's one of those things I was talking about where it's like One Piece and the mystery that's kind of left open, where like you hear about these sort of things but you're not quite sure what they are just yet, and it leaves it to the imagination where you're wondering, wow, who are these 6 other guys that are just as strong?
Who are these 5 old people that run the world government? You know, like.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, well, you guys want to wrap up the podcast, or?
Yeah. I said the duck. I'm not okay. We're not actually rapping. We're gonna wrap up the podcast, guys. Yeah, that was like our analysis or our multiple analyses of next week. Dude, we had a lot more discussion on this than like I thought we were gonna have. Once again, like how long the podcast was.
Yeah.
Thank you everyone for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this information. I certainly did.
We hope you're as enthusiastic about this stuff as we are, because clearly we get off on this.
Yeah. Special thanks to Oda for saving this week's updates by having such an excellent episode or chapter. Special thanks to John for being in Japan.
Yep.
Special thanks to you guys for listening at home. And we out of here. Later, guys. We'll see you next week.